my people up in the chandeliers. The whining and dining, the menu is blood, sweat, and tears. Everybody ready, raining down confetti, champions are born right now. Air about the glamour, click goes the hammer, run when you hear that sound. Heroes never die, gonna make it to the finish line. We know we survive, even if we crawl to the finish line. I won't believe it, underdog dreaming, don't need your tears, world's gonna say it. Heroes never die, gonna make it to the finish line. Dreams just keep dripping out of their golden cups. I'm starving, leftovers ain't enough. Ain't about the royals, they do nothing for you, all you got is you right now. Who is gonna falter, who is gonna conquer, better never count me out. Heroes never die, gonna make it to the finish line. We know we survive, even if we crawl to the finish line. I won't believe it, underdog dreaming, don't need no tears, world's gonna say it. Heroes never die, gonna make it to the finish line. Gotta make it to the finish line every day, every day. Gotta make it to the finish line. Gotta make it to the finish line every day, every day. Gotta make it to the finish line. Heroes never die. Gotta make it to the finish line. We know we survive, even if we crawl to the finish line. I won't believe it, underdog dreaming, don't need no tears, world's gonna say it. Heroes never die, gonna make it to the finish line. My people up in the chandeliers, the whining and dining, the menu is blood, sweat, and tears. Everybody ready, raining down confetti, champions are born right now. Air about the glamour, click goes the hammer, run when you hear that sound. Heroes never die, gonna make it to the finish line. We know we survive, even if we crawl to the finish line. I won't believe it, underdog dreaming, don't need no tears, world's gonna say it. Heroes never die, gonna make it to the finish line. Dreams just keep dripping out of their golden cups. I'm starving, leftovers ain't enough. Ain't about the royals, they do nothing for you, all you got is you right now. Who's gonna fall Gotta make it to the finish line every day, every day. Gotta make it to the finish line. Gotta make it to the finish line every day, every day. Gotta make it to the finish line. Heroes never die. Gotta make it to the finish line. We know we survive, even if we crawl to the finish line. Home belated, underdog dreaming, don't need no tears. World's gotta say it. Heroes never die. Gotta make it to the finish line. My people up in the chandeliers, the wine and dining, the menu is blood, sweat, and tears. Everybody ready, raining down confetti, champions are born right now. Hear about the glamour, click goes the hammer, run when you hear that sound. Heroes never die, gonna make it to the finish line. We know we survive, even if we crawl to the finish line. All belated, underdog dreaming, don't need no tears, world's gotta say it. Heroes never die, gonna make it to the finish line. Dreams just keep dripping out of their golden cups. I'm starving, leftovers ain't enough. Ain't about the royals, they do nothing for you. All you got is you right now. Who is gonna falter? Who is gonna conquer? Better never count me out. Heroes never die, gonna make it to the finish line. We know we survive, even if we crawl to the finish line. All belated, underdog dreaming, don't need no tears, world's gotta say it. Heroes never die, gonna make it to the finish line. Gotta make it to the finish line every day, every day. Gotta make it to the finish line. Gotta make it to the finish line every day, every day.
Good evening, race fans. We are here at round 10, our final round. Let me fix that on your graphic here. But yeah, we are here for round 10 on your favorite series, Core GT. And yeah, we're going to celebrate our final race of the season. Final race of season 12. Alan, how are you feeling?
Pretty good. I really like this track, Motegi, and it's not raining this season like it was last season, so it should be a good, fun race where everyone can just push as hard as they can.
Yep, yeah, absolutely. This is going to be our 2-hour endurance race for our finale. So 2 hours of Motegi here. There's going to be a lot of strategy, a lot of fuel, a lot of tire saving. So, and we even have a new car here. Looks like Mason Smith and John Crane and Michael Picnoe. Sorry if I butchered your last name. I'm sure I did. But they are all three running the Aston Martin.
That's right.
We get a good look of Mason Smith's 007.
Yeah, it's going to be very interesting. Man, Mason just, I guess, wanted a challenge tonight, driving that a brand new car. It just came out.
Yep.
No patches, nothing yet. Just came out, what, 2 days ago, 3 days ago? And
Yeah, it's a tough car to drive. I've been testing it out at a couple tracks, and there is definitely a little bit of skill involved with trying to tame that rear end. But I think Mason has the skill to manage it and do good with it. And of course, he's running my favorite paint scheme, the Heart of Racing.
that's
So
right.
I'm a big
That's
fan
awesome.
already.
What about Ricky? What's Ricky in?
Ricky is in his traditional Porsche. He's playing it
Oh,
close to the best. Ricky is going to be looking pretty good when it comes to what he is wanting in his car. So
it's gonna be very, very interesting seeing these guys come up against one another when Ricky's driving a car that he's used to and Mason's driving a car that just came out.
yep.
But
And Ricky's going to be wanting that with a 2-point
yeah,
advantage on Mason tonight. And of course, 2 hours also means double points. So, Ricky is going to need any help that he can get. It's really whoever comes out on top, whoever finishes in front of whoever, that's going to be your winner tonight. Of course, Clayton Montgomery 71 points behind. He's going to have a little bit of a challenge trying to get up to the lead. Double points, obviously anything can happen, especially if our leaders decide to wreck each other out. So Clayton Montgomery is going to be sitting in a pretty good position if that happens. In your gold division, Evan Dyes sitting here with 16-point advantage over Nathan Nickerson, and Nick Nickerson just 1 point behind. So it is all to play for in the gold division. Your silver division, we are looking at Josh Betts with 149 points, Josh Anderson just 11 points back, and Justin Rhodes 15 points back. So all to play for in your silver division as well. Bronze division, Bill Burrell with 101 points, James Molyneux just 2 points behind, with Aaron Reed 13 points behind Bill Burrell. Unfortunately, I do not see Bill Burrell in our standings tonight, so we might be seeing our fourth place contender come into shot, and unfortunately, I do not have that on my list at the moment. But I am sure we will see it all unfold, and we will keep you
maybe
updated
we'll
on the
get lucky.
points.
Maybe he'll show up at the last second, qualify the race.
Wouldn't that be something? I
Yeah.
would love that. So
Ricky Renner looking pretty fast tonight. So is Mason Smith. Both those guys doing 150. Ricky Renner just what 2/10 off of Mason Smith.
I'm looking
Reading
at
that right?
1/100th off each other. Let's pull up
Oh,
our results. Yeah, 0.011 off each other. So they are posting almost identical lap times, a tenth ahead of third place Nathan Nickerson. So these guys are going to be neck and neck this entire race if we're going to see lap times as similar as they are right now. So
yeah.
that is going to be the end of your practice session, and we will go ahead and get on with qualifying here in
Make
a
sure you
moment.
guys grab a beer and pull up some snacks or whatnot because it's gonna be a good race.
Yep,
It's gonna
absolutely.
be fun.
We are here for the long haul. We're going to try and have some jokes, going to have some good conversations for you tonight. Unfortunately, it's only a 16-car field, I think it is. So not quite the field that we were hoping for our finale, but at least we have most of our finale drivers here to play for. So we will be able to crown ourselves a champion with our top three that you have just saw.
Yep. And as always, we want to thank our sponsor, Chase Decals. Chase has been here with us for, pretty much the entire season. Chase Decals creates, produces, and installs vinyl graphics for companies nationwide. Chase has done it all: vehicle wraps, fleet graphics, wall decals, banners, and more. There are qualities in the detail, and they uphold their standards because they produce almost everything in house. One of their mottos is consistency and attention to detail equals quality. Be consistent, pay attention to detail in all aspects of the job. So, yeah, thank you, Chase Decals, and Go check them out if you guys have a chance. ChaseDecals.com.
Yep, we appreciate everything they do, helping us get this live stream to our fans tonight. As right now we were looking at Nathan Nickerson moving to Alex Jaspers, getting their tires warmed up for their qualifying laps. You know, like we've been saying all season long with these new tires, or these first 2 laps, just in general, are going to be just warming up your tires. There's not going to be anything too fancy on what's going on. They're just going to try and keep heat. It's going to be your 3rd and 4th laps are really what are going to matter here.
Yeah, it looks like you can see some of these guys playing it real safe, trying to, wander and weave to warm up their tires as much as possible before they actually set a qualifying lap so they can get, ahead in the race at the start. Very, very smart.
Yep, absolutely. As we'll watch some of our drivers tackle this qualifying lap. This track it has its complications, but there's some corners that are pretty simple and pretty straightforward to tackle. Of course, turn 1 being about an average corner, but I'd say there's 2 sections in here that personally give me a lot of struggle. So we'll be able to see how some of these drivers tackled this track.
Yep. Yeah, I really enjoy this track. It's a very flowy track, I would say. There's a lot of S's. There's some really high speed turns that sometimes you think you can take faster than you actually can, but sometimes you do take them faster.
Yep, absolutely.
So, yeah, we'll see. I believe there's a pinch point during one of the turns, one of the right-hand turns. Yeah, this is going to be a fun track to watch these guys race on tonight.
Yep, absolutely. Okay. So watching Ricky Renner going through this final section of the track, a little bit of a tricky spot, coming right toward the final corner and up to the start-finish line. But right now, Nathan Nickerson is lighting up the timing sheets right now, setting purple sectors almost all the way across the board. So he is going to get your provisional pole by almost 2/10. So well done from Nathan right there.
Yep, and it looks like Ricky Renner has just set his first time as well. The 1:51.91.
Yep, absolutely. Looking like these drivers are doing a little bit of a different strategy. They get their first lap in and then going right to the pits. So something I have not seen our drivers do yet.
It's going to be interesting to see these guys pit strategy as well, as we are on a 2-hour event as opposed to a 1-hour race that we normally do throughout the season.
Yep, absolutely. So we might be seeing drivers take only one side of tires for your pit stop, just to make sure they maximize their time in the pits while still being able to be fast on track. But it's really anyone's game with this tire model, and with our fuel rules only allowing, I think it's 40% fuel.
Yeah.
These drivers are going to have to really be strategic about how they want to do their tires on this different tire system.
What do you think about fuel saving, Jack? You think we're going to see Mason and Ricky trying to save fuel and outplay each other as well as some of the other drivers tonight?
I would think so. During most of our endurance races, you'll see some of those faster guys really try and fuel save just so they can go long at the end, and which in turn means a much faster pit stop for your final stop. So I think that we'll see most of these guys just try and play it safe a little bit. I think some of them are going to try and make a move early and maintain their lead. But I think for the most part, yeah, we're going to see definitely some strategy playing out. And
See, Mason Smith finally set the time with a 1:51.84. Nathan Nickerson currently on the top right now with a 1:51.73. Just behind Mason, we have Ricky Rayner in third place, 1:51.91. Let's see if they can get those times down. They still have a couple minutes here.
yeah, I don't know what's going on with our drivers. We have no one on track for their qualifying runs. So we're just going to be sitting with Kelly, going to admire his beautiful 75 machine.
That is a really nice livery he's got there on that Porsche.
Yep, absolutely. As another little plug for Kelly, we got Pointer Motorsports is a team that I think he has created, and they just so happen to be Amsoil dealers. So if you need any sort of Amsoil product or anything of the sort, feel free to find Kelly Ponier either on Discord or go to pointermotorsports.com. And they will make sure to take care of all your Amsoil needs. So I think our drivers maybe they did a pact. Yeah, I think they did a pact for one lap qualifying, and that was it. Everyone has only done one singular lap, and that seems to be the way that she goes.
Looks like Josh Betts, Brady Carlson, James Molyneux, Warren Smith, and Kelly Pointer unfortunately did not set a qualifying time. Hopefully this isn't just SDK tripping out.
No, it's not. I mean, I'm on Scenic right now for all of our drivers, and yeah, there's just no one on track.
I guess everyone's just kind of in the mood tonight to say, that's good enough. It's good enough. Let's go racing. We want to race. Let's get this show on the road.
Yep, absolutely. I think it's just gonna be a slugfest maybe at the start. I don't know. This is gonna be a whole new experience for me and what these guys are doing.
Yeah.
I have not seen any of us do this yet, so kind of at a loss. But you know what? We'll move on. We only have 30 more seconds until the session ends.
So it looks like our qualifying results are pretty much set in stone.
Yeah, I would have to agree with that. So Nathan Nickerson taking home your pole position with Mason Smith right behind him, Ricky Renner pulling in third. So Mason Smith having the advantage for your points tonight. Let me bring that up for you guys. Just as a quick reminder. So we have Nathan Nickerson taking home your pole. That's going to give him a great advantage over Evan Dyes, who is starting in fifth.
Yep. Yeah, if Nathan Nickerson can actually defend Mason Smith and Ricky Renner for a while, that'll give him a huge advantage over Evan Dyes and Nick Nickerson. Big time.
Yep, absolutely. Going down the field a little bit more. Clint Montgomery in 4th position, so he's still going to have a lot of catching up to do if he wants to make that top step in the Platinum division. For your Silver division, looks like Alex Jaspers is going to, or sorry, Josh Anderson is going to be your top contender right there. So he is going to be 2nd place in your points. So he is looking quite good over Alex Jaspers. And even Josh Betts, who is your Silver Division leader, he is starting 16th on the grid. So a lot of catching up to do to maintain his 1st position. Justin Rhodes, I do not think he is in our series tonight, so he will be missing out on that double points, unfortunately. In your Bronze Division, James Molyneux will be your 2nd position in points, and he will be right behind Aaron Reed and John Crane. So Aaron Reed in 3rd position in points, so he's looking very good for his points haul. Hopefully James Molyneux can catch up a little bit and get his advantage back.
And there goes the pace car as we start our pace lap with our drivers for the final race of the season here at Motegi. I can see some of the drivers kind of wandering and weaving, trying to warm up their tires as much as possible before the race starts.
Yep, absolutely. As we have our eyes on Nathan Nickerson, our pole sitter. He's going to have the inside line going into turn 1 with Mason Smith in that beautiful brand new Aston Martin. Going to be right behind him.
That is a really gorgeous car.
Yep. And we should be going green just about. Making me wait. It's making me wait. And we are green flag. Here we go.
The final race is green.
Looks like
Here they
Mason
come,
Smith is getting a
turn
great
one.
push from Evan Dyes right behind. And Nathan Nickerson going into turn 1 with no one around him. Ricky Renner maintaining that 2nd position. He's actually getting around Mason Smith right there. Mason Smith, Evan Dyes are side by side going into turn 3. I think Mason's going to have the advantage going right behind him. Right on his inside. He's going to go right on around. Very well done from Mason Smith. Looks like our drivers are starting to go at Smithall pretty good. I don't see anything going too crazy. Looks like Morgan Smith going off track just a little bit there, but he is going to be just fine. I don't see any drivers lagging behind too much. So looking quite
Better than
good.
crashing. Yep.
Yep. Morgan Smith is maintaining his position. Kelly Poinier trying to make up some positions going by Alex Jaspers at the moment, going as an inside, getting right on through. Looks like Josh Anderson is actually getting around Morgan Smith right there in that awesome Chase Decals machine. So it looks like our drivers are settling in pretty good at the moment being. In the bottom right we have Evan Dyes and Mason Smith just battling out
Evan
for
Dyes
3rd place at the moment.
Right on the back of them. Yep.
Yep, looking really good. So Josh Anderson leading this pack right behind. He's maybe making a move on Aaron Reed up ahead. He's going to be taking a peek. Coming down the hill into this hard braking zone. You have to brake a little bit earlier just to get the car slow down because of that downhill banking. So Josh Anderson getting right on the bumper of Aaron Reed, but nothing quite there. There's going to be really hard opportunities to pass in that final sector. Morgan Smith actually going to be looking for a move on Josh Anderson coming into turn 1 right here.
He's going on the inside.
He is on the inside. He is making the move work beautifully in that Porsche.
Wow. What
Just
a great
looks like
move.
he had a little bit more traction than Josh Anderson. So he makes up that position right there. Looks like a little bit further back we got James Molyneux going by Josh Betts. Josh Betts, I think, got in the grass a little bit, so that lost him a lot of momentum. Looks like James Molyneux is getting away clean from Josh Betts at the moment. Let's see if Josh Betts can make a counterattack, get his position back.
What a great start from these drivers.
absolutely. Everyone's keeping it pretty clean. James Molyneux is fending off Josh Betts very well. Yeah, James Molyneux has to get the pedal down a little bit if he wants to maintain his lead in bronze. After starting this race, Aaron Reed up 4 positions from James Molyneux at the moment. So James is going to have a lot of catching up to do. But it is a 2-hour race, so I will give him that benefit of being able to keep up and make a move. As we see Josh Anderson actually taking out Aaron Reed right there, getting a little bit on the inside of him and giving him the bumper. So that's going to slow him down. It's going to allow James Molyneux to go around the inside right here, and maybe even Josh Betts as they come down the hill into this braking zone. James Molyneux fully ahead. Josh Betts going side by side. Is he going to make a move on James Molyneux? Not quite. He's going to bide his time on James, but he is going to get by Josh Anderson right there. So a little bit of drama in your opening laps, but this is a endurance, not a sprint, with our 2 hours. So we will probably see our drivers make their moves and get back up to their position that they deserve. Yep. As Josh Betts take a look on the inside of James Molyneux. Not quite. He stuck his nose in, but just didn't quite have the traction to make the move. And that's going to allow Josh Anderson to maybe even take a look. Nope, he's going file single file right behind Josh Betts. So it looks like Alex Jaspers was getting in the mix right there too. Alex Jaspers going side by side with Josh Anderson. He's going to slow down and let them by. Josh Betts and James Molyneux still side by side. Josh Betts going to have the advantage right here, going through that right-hander, and he's going to go right on through. So I wonder if Alex Jaspers had a slowdown penalty, had to let some of these drivers by.
Yeah, it's definitely a possibility.
So some crazy opening laps. We're on lap 3, and look like we still have a small pack toward the rear, and we have a pack toward the front. So we're going to try and cover both of those as we speak, as we have Josh Anderson and James Molyneux going side by side around the hairpin, going down the long stretch down the hill. They're going to be side by side. Maybe that Mercedes is going to have a little bit more power coming down the hill. But we all know that McLaren, very good under braking, as James Molyneux is demonstrating that right now. Going to go right around the outside.
What a great job controlling the brakes going into that turn.
Yep, that was a lot of confidence making that work right there. So very well done. Mason Smith setting your fastest lap at the moment of a 1:51.215.
We got your leaders in the bottom right-hand corner of the screen right there. Nathan Nickerson still in the lead. Ricky Renner behind him, as well as Mason Smith.
Yep, absolutely. Nathan Nickerson maintaining that lead very well. That's going to look really good for his points. Ricky Renner and Mason Smith still duking it out, but right now the advantage falls on Ricky. But we saw last week, Alan, that after a pit stop, these cold tires can catch these drivers out. So Mason Smith is going to take a little bit more of a chance being in a brand new car, only having a couple days of practice with it. So maybe those cold tires are going to maybe mess with his mind a little bit. Only time will tell. We'll see what happens. How he tackles it.
It's funny with Ricky Renner's position right now too. Is Nathan Nickerson's in front of him? I mean, do you overtake the guy, or do you just use him to fuel save with the draft? The only thing is you've got Mason Smith right behind him, so what do you think he's thinking there?
It's a really hard thing to figure out. I think he's gonna try and stay single file, do his fuel saving. I think they're gonna try and stick to their strategy no matter what position they are in. I think in the last hour we might see them get a little bit more aggressive. In the last 20-15 minutes we're gonna see them get really aggressive with each other. So
yeah,
like I said, we have just about hour and 45 minutes, a little bit longer, so hour and 50 minutes even. So there's a lot of time for someone to make a mistake, to catch up, to slow down. I think these drivers are just going to bide their time at the moment.
Yeah, please let us know in the chat as well if you guys, if there's a favorite driver you guys want us to pull up. We can definitely accommodate that and see what's going on, or if there's something we missed.
Yep, absolutely.
Josh Anderson really putting pressure on James Molyneux there.
Yep. I think we're going to have a pretty similar strategy going all the way down the field with our drivers, as Josh Anderson might be proving me wrong right here. He's going to take a peek on the inside of James Molyneux.
Yeah.
Go side by side around this sweeping right-hander. James Molyneux is going to have the advantage coming to this left-hander coming up.
Wow.
So well done defending that from James. We see Josh having a little bit more pace.
Yep.
So I think he's trying to decide whether it's worth fuel saving or if he's losing too much time to the cars ahead. He's looking pretty good for his points position, but at the same time, Morgan Smith being up that many positions, he might have an advantage with your double points tonight.
Yeah, as well as your leaders, Mason Smith right on the back of Ricky there.
Yep.
Ricky as well right on the back of Nathan. Looks like we had a bit of an issue.
Yep, looks like Kelly Ponier came off track. Let's see if we can see what happened with that right there. Looks like he just got
It's a rear end.
a little too carried away on the throttle and pendulum, Porsche doing Porsche things, and just swung that around. So we'll see if he continues on with that damage. Looks like he is. He's not going to take the pit stop just yet with only 10 minutes into the race. I think that's a wise decision from Kelly. Just going to have to play a long game. It looks like we have some separation from our drivers. Some of us are a little bit closer together. We can keep an eye on this pack right here for now, but if anyone else is kind of getting a little closer, we'll move on. Find a different battle, but these guys are still going to be going pretty hard at it. Josh Anderson looking like he's having a little bit more of an advantage through this middle part of the track.
Absolutely.
Now, and I think this is one of your one of the few first races that you did at Core. What was your thoughts going through this race, and how did you tackle doing your first 2-hour endurance with Core?
I mean, as a beginner, as someone that's never really raced before, ever, both in real life or a simulator, I think my most important thing was just staying on the track, not making any stupid mistakes that would either cost me or, God forbid, somebody else. And yeah, I was basically just finishing, even if I came in last place. But luckily, I didn't come in last place.
Absolutely.
I didn't finish in a great position. I think it was like 20th or something like that. So it wasn't great, but it was. I mean, it felt good to finish a race. So.
Yep, absolutely. And that was Morgan Smith getting by Michael Schwartz right there. Got around the outside. Wonder if Michael's doing a little bit of a strategy call, or if he just got a little bit slower on the exit of the final corner. But either way, that allows Morgan Smith to go right on through. Get some of your leader action coming up right here. Hop on board with Ricky Renner, following right behind Nathan Nickerson. Getting right there, but I think some of us may want to hear the new sounds coming from the Aston Martin. So we'll hop on with Mason Smith.
look at this. Evan Dye's closing in on Mason Smith as well. Looks like the top 5 drivers are getting squished together a little bit in their times.
Absolutely. Let's see what Evan Dyes is doing. He's looking like he's getting pretty quick around turn 1 right there, closing the gap right up to Mason Smith.
Wow. Getting really close. If you're Mason Smith right now, what do you think's going through your head?
I think he's just enjoying a Sunday drive at the moment, honestly, with how cool Mason is with his driving. I think he is just kind of looks like everyone's giving him a little love tap going through that right-hander. No, I think Mason's feeling pretty comfortable. You know, he's not overworking the car. He's not working himself. He's sitting in 3rd position, so he's not really doing anything too crazy to warrant any kind of stress. So if Evan Dyes starts poking his nose in a little bit more, maybe he's going to have to do some defending and really work on keeping him behind, because I don't think he wants to have a car between him and Ricky. And,
right.
That also goes to say, if Ricky gets on by Nathan, then that's going to probably cause Mason to want to get by Nathan as well.
Yeah, and then you got Evan Dyes also having to worry about Nick Nickerson behind him as well.
Absolutely. And looking like Nick is making that Mercedes work pretty well, but we always hear that the Acura has been pretty bad after this update, but Evan Dyes is still showing that that car works really well for his style.
Yeah. Got quite a few battles going on here.
Yep, looked like Nick Nickerson got a little bit of a better drive on Evan Dyes. Evan Dyes having to slow down a little bit even to file right on by. He's going to want to be right on the bumper of Nick. Maybe he still wants to do some fuel saving. I don't know. I think he might be playing kind of a team game here. Doesn't want to battle because he doesn't want to lose your podium positions up there. So he's just going to take his loss at the moment and just keep on fuel saving, and hopefully he can get by him after a pit cycle.
I think this is the first overtake we've seen, haven't we, Jack? Other than some of the crashes
we saw a few of them behind with Alex Jaspers, James Molyneux, Josh Anderson having a little bit of fun. But yeah, this is definitely your first pass in the front of the field.
Nathan Nickerson doing a great job staying in the lead right now, fending off Ricky Renner.
Yeah, he's holding the pace really nicely. He just set the fastest lap last lap, and see if he's able to mimic a lap time similar. Not quite, a little bit slower last lap, but he's still controlling the pace really well. Looking like Ricky Renner and Mason Smith still your fastest cars on the track at the moment, but not by much. So while we are in our first little segment of the race, might be a nice time to bunch up our drivers here and see what we're looking like for points at the moment. See if there's any sort of shocking changes. For your Platinum division, looks like Ricky Renner is still maintaining his advantage over Mason Smith, and Clayton Montgomery still holding your third position. So not looking too good for Clayton at the moment being. It's a 2-hour race, anything can change there. For your gold division, Nathan Nickerson is holding out very nicely. So both Nickersons ahead of Evan Dyes. So we'll see if Evan Dyes can mount an attack and maybe salvage some points right there. In your silver division, Morgan Smith holding out your advantage right now. And depending on how far ahead he is on Josh Betts and Josh Anderson, he might be able to sneak into maybe a podium position or even the lead in your silver. But for your top three right now, Josh Anderson is holding your advantage at the moment. In your bronze division, we have Aaron Reed, your third place in points, leading the bronze division with James Milano only 2 seconds behind him. So looking pretty close right there.
Ricky Renner looking really smooth. Just, you know, hanging out right behind Nathan Nickerson there. He's in the lead.
Yep.
Probably saving a bunch of fuel from the draft.
Yep, absolutely. And I'm also curious what this Aston is going to do too for fuel.
Yeah.
I don't know how much testing Mason has done with fuel saving with that car, how much that car needs as far as fuel to get through a stint. But this is going to be a really good test to see how good the Aston, or how bad it may be for your fuel strategy. Like Ricky Renner getting right on Nathan Nickerson right there. Getting pretty close. I know when we did this race last time, it actually was our season 10, I want to say, finale. It also favored the Porsches really well, so looking like we're seeing a similar result as of right now with your two Porsches up front.
See Ricky doing a really good drive through that section there with his braking. Getting right up on Nathan.
Yep, absolutely. Looked like Nick Nickerson setting the fastest lap of the race. As your fuel goes down, that's going to allow the car to get a little bit lighter. And I think he has just enough of a gap to get a slight draft off of some of the cars ahead, while still maintaining enough downforce to get proper traction throughout the corners.
Take a look at this. We got our only rookie driver in the series right now. Michael Schwartz, who's currently in 9th position, which is awesome. Yeah.
We saw him make an overtake on, I want to say it was Morgan Smith, or maybe Morgan Smith got by him. Yeah, I think that it was that way around. So Morgan Smith now almost 4 seconds ahead. And getting right up close with Herbert Pineda. We haven't talked a lot about Herbert Pineda yet. Looking like he's opting for the BMW tonight. He's had some interesting luck with points this season. You know, he's won some races in his division. He's also lost out pretty big. So that's why you haven't seen him in your podium positions yet. But I know he is definitely a driver to play for. But
yeah,
so far he is in the bottom of your gold right now. His competition is just driving really well right now.
Yeah, he was. I believe he was in the running for the lead for the gold division, but unfortunately, it looks like I believe he missed the race. But he's obviously doing this just for fun, you know.
Yep,
as you can see with our field here tonight, you know, only being 18 drivers, some some guys drive to win, and some guys just do it for fun.
Yep, absolutely. As last race, these two drivers had a little bit of fireworks toward the end of the race, so we'll see how much respect they have for this race, and might see some fireworks from these two drivers real quick, as it looks like Morgan Smith is having a lot extra pace than Herbert Pineda right here, but looks like they're keeping it pretty civil right now, but that Porsche just really showing his extra speed.
Oh, he's giving him the flash.
Yep.
He's flashing him. He's looking to go on the inside.
Looking, but not quite getting there yet. It's Herbert Pineda defending with his life at the moment. Looking like he is defending that pretty nicely from Morgan Smith.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. I was just about to talk about that. Looks like Morgan Smith is going in the pits.
Well, I think he assumed that was a pit lane.
Yeah.
And yeah, he just had to tow right back to pits because I think he found the wrong spot. I wonder what was going through his mind right there.
I guess Herbert got the best of him right there or something. I don't know.
I don't know what happened with that. But,
yeah.
We'll have to keep an eye on that. Yep, Herbert Pineda going to the pits. That's your proper pit lane entrance. He came in a little hot, but that is the line that you are supposed to take for your pit entry.
Yeah. It's funny because that's one thing drivers always seem to forget, myself included, is your pit entrance strategy.
Yep.
You gotta practice your pit entrance. Try to get into the pits as quickly as possible without going past those yellow cones over speed limit.
Yep, absolutely. As we are on the bumper with Mason Smith at the moment, right behind Ricky Renner. He's looking pretty close, but yeah, we're getting our first cycle of pit stops out of the way, so these two drivers were definitely able to save some fuel being behind Nathan Nickerson.
Looks like we may have a crash from Nathan. Let's see.
Ooh, man.
See what happened. Oh no.
Yep, I think he took some tires right there and unfortunately got the best of him.
That's unfortunate.
So hopefully we'll be able to see a recovery drive from him, but yeah, Nick Nickerson was able to get by him with relative ease right there.
So that's going to put Ricky in the lead, Mason Smith behind him.
Yep, absolutely. So
and it looks like both of them are entering the pits at the same time. I think this is the first race we've seen this. You can correct me if I'm wrong, Jack, but
I think so, because they're not normally behind someone else in their in the lead, so they're able to fuel save at the same time.
Yeah, let's see who's gonna get out on top.
Yep.
I'm just gonna keep the camera on him.
As you can see, Ricky Renner is angling his car a little bit to the left there. That is going to allow him to kind of get a little bit of a faster exit, not by much, but any little bit helps. As we just had Kelly Ponier go by Alex Jaspers right there, so he's going to be moving on ahead. And it looks like Ricky Renner was still able to get out ahead of Mason Smith right there, create a little bit of a gap.
I'm thinking maybe Ricky was able to save just a little bit more fuel than Mason was going into the pits right there.
Yep, I would think you're right. And here we have Nathan Nickerson trying to catch back up. He's going to try and get by Clayton Montgomery right here in that very good-looking gold and black Porsche. And Evan Dye is going off the track. He gets a little squirrely too right there.
Oh, man!
Maybe possibly with cold tires as well. But yeah, he just gets over-rotated as well. So this is really shaking up our points tonight.
It seems like it's been a bit of a common occurrence with that turn claiming some drivers with the rear end right there.
Yeah, absolutely. There's a couple of drivers that get a little too excited on that one. And Evan Dyes, your points leader in the gold, unfortunately getting caught out right there. So that's going to allow Michael Schwartz to catch back up, or sorry, yeah, Michael Schwartz to catch back up to him a little bit. And Nathan Nickerson and Clayton Montgomery still right on the bumpers of each other. And here we got
Kelly Pointer trying to put the pressure on Josh Anderson.
Yep. Oh, he's going to be really late on the brakes right there, sending a dive bomb. Josh Henderson seeing that coming and just gives him the room. Says, I just want to keep going with my race, not really mess with that. Kelly Pointer
what a
on
crazy move. Yeah. What a crazy send from the number 75 car of Kelly Pointer.
Yeah, absolutely. He definitely made that work. And good on him. He's going to be charging down the field up to 9th position at the moment. So hopefully he can catch back up to your leaders with his other gold division drivers. I'm sorry, platinum division.
It looks like Ricky's building a bit of a gap here on Mason Smith.
Just
currently
a little
about
bit.
1.6 seconds ahead.
I think Mason might also be defending just a little bit from Nick Nickerson right behind.
Yeah.
They also have a little bit of lap traffic right here. That's going to slow him down too, right on the exit of that corner. See the lap traffic. Yep, we're just going to slow down, let your second and third place drivers go on by. But that definitely played into Ricky Renner's hands just a little bit. So it looks like Mason Smith's still able to keep that advantage over Nick Nickerson at the moment. But on the other side of the track, we got Nathan Nickerson and Clayton Montgomery still going at it. Ooh.
Yep.
Herbert Pineda getting a little racy with, would that be a lap car or that James Molino?
That's James Molino, actually.
Very nice. James Molino getting his elbows out a little bit, and I think that actually puts him in the top of bronze division right now. I think Aaron Reed may have had an issue further back, so James Molino looking like a really good spot for his division win tonight. So Clayton Montgomery getting a little off track right there, but coming right back on with no issues. Nathan Nickerson still trying to get right on the back of Clayton Montgomery and maybe find a move somewhere later in this lap.
And Herbert Pineda and James Molino going at it, as well as Nathan Nickerson and Clayton Montgomery.
Yeah, lots. A couple close battles right here. Gives us something to talk about, which is nice. It's good that even with you know, halfway through what would traditionally be your 1 hour race, we got some close battles going on here. So hopefully by an hour later, we'll still have the same kind of close battles.
And look at that, Herbert Pineda going. I believe that's the outside.
Yep, going around the outside of James Molino, but he's going to outbrake himself. James Molino getting right on with him too, but he's going to give the position to Herbert right there. Both carrying tremendous speed into that right-hander.
Yeah. It looks like he just tapped him a little tiny bit. Nothing too crazy, but...
Nope. I think it was just enough to...
Looks like James Molino went off track a little bit. Kind of slowed him down.
I think Herbert was just trying to outbrake himself just a little bit to gain some separation, but that makes him go deep.
Yeah.
And James Molyneux having the same idea, just unfortunately taps Herbert. But James Molyneux
Yep.
is a pretty stand-up driver, so he's going to let Herbert get away with that and not challenge him from that contact.
Yep.
And with that little bit of contact, that just leaves Nathan Nickerson and Clayton Montgomery as your close battles right now. Nathan looking like he's going to send a nose right there, but nothing quite doing it just yet. It's a pretty tricky spot to pass in this section of the track, especially when you have some high-class drivers, such as these two right here.
Yeah. They're definitely battling it out and trying to make every single entire inch of the track count.
Yep.
Wow, Nathan is like a magnet right now on Clayton
Yeah.
Montgomery, taking the exact same lines, the exact same braking points.
Yep, absolutely. Let's see if a little less than a 3/10 gap is enough coming through. Not quite. The draft not that powerful going down the front stretch right here, but Nathan's finding some traction on the inside right
Wow.
there. So he's going to be able to squeeze right on by. He is side by side, and that actually gets him right by Clayton Montgomery right there too.
Wow, what a great move.
So that's going to feed him up ahead. Nathan Nickerson, I think he's just trying to make up for his lost time, so I don't know how much strategy is going to be played after being behind a car for that long, but he is going to be on a charge now. Unfortunately, that little spin, as well as probably trying to attack Clayton Montgomery, it puts him 11 seconds back from your podium positions.
Yeah, let's see if Nathan can build up a gap to Clayton now as he's ahead of him.
Yep, absolutely.
And it looks like he is.
And here we got Morgan Smith and James Molyneux might be going at it. Morgan Smith, we know he has some pace here. Just had some bad luck a little earlier in this race. As maybe something right there. Morgan Smith all over the back of James Molyneux. He is glued to that bumper, just trying to get through this tight section. He's going to take around the outside right here, maybe do a switchback on James Molyneux. Not quite, but
Did he get the drive? Oh.
He's going to have a really good chance right here. Dives it right on in. James Molyneux giving him plenty of space. And he's
Yeah,
going
it
to
looks like
compromise a
he
little bit
just
exit,
kind
but
of.
he got it.
Yeah, it looks like he kind of gave him the position.
Yep, not fighting it too much.
Maybe because, yeah.
I think maybe he knows that he's got some extra pace here tonight, so just going to let him get on by. So now we're kind of getting into that phase of the drivers kind of getting spread out a little bit more.
Yeah, at this point, it's just a time attack.
Yep.
Is what it looks like. You're kind of your own worst enemy, in a sense.
You're racing against the clock, really, and against yourself. This is where your strategy is really going to have to take an effect and really just be patient and disciplined in keeping your craft nice and centered. Looks like Nick Nickerson is going a little bit away from his normal craft, going a little off track there on the final corner.
Yeah, it looks like he's trying to catch up to Mason there.
Yep, I would agree. Ricky Renner, being in his signature Porsche, he is starting to walk away from Mason. Just edging out a gap a little bit more. It's now up to 2.6 seconds.
Yeah, let's see if hopefully Ricky can maintain his posture in this race and keep the car from going off track, and
Yeah, absolutely.
just maintain his pace.
I'm pretty impressed with him right now, keeping that rear end. I know having the fixed setup with that car and how difficult it may be to keep that car tamed under braking. So he's doing a really good job of keeping that Aston from wanting to loop out.
Yeah. You think Ricky's still fuel saving, even being in the lead right now?
I think he's trying to. Even though he's building up a gap, I think there might be a little bit of fuel save strategies going on a little bit. We could definitely hop on and see if there's any lift and coast. Yep, big lift and coast right there, and just trying to save as much fuel as he can. Of course, not being in the draft isn't going to help very much, but he is going to just try and lift when he can, especially on these big stretches. That's just going to extend that tank life. And on paper, or on the surface, it seems like he's going a little slower than he needs to. But actually, if you fuel save properly, you can still have your pace right on as if you were pushing. Reason for that being, if you lift earlier, then that means you can brake later. So it's essentially just hitting your braking points just a little bit later, and then you're able to carry the same momentum through the corner.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ricky Renner looking like he's doing quite nice. Kind of extending that gap a little bit more from positions 2 and 3.
It's kind of crazy that Ricky can maintain his pace even with fuel saving, as well as Mason Smith. I'm sure Nick Nickerson is trying to save as much fuel as he can as well.
Yep. I guess while we're at it, we can see what Mason is doing as well for his fuel strategy. See if he's able to fuel save with Nick Nickerson just half a second behind him. Looks like he's just pretty smooth with his inputs at the moment. Shifting on the yellow lights, indicating a little bit. And yeah, he's also doing a little bit of a fuel save, just a slight lift and coast, but not giving Nick any chance to dive it on the inside of him.
So I believe if Nick maintains his position at the current moment, that could be a win.
In your points, I think so.
Maybe not. I don't know.
Because he is ahead of Nathan right now, and that's all he needs. So there's only 1 point difference right there.
Right, and they're both above Evan Dyes. Yep. So.
Absolutely. So, and Evan Dyes being 2 positions back from Nathan, so that's going to give Nick a really nice advantage going up ahead. I think it's still too close to call for if Nick can pull out the win right there, but he's looking like he's in the best spot he can be. If he can get by Mason, that'd be an even better position to be at.
Yeah. It almost kind of looked there like Nick might have wanted to make a move on Mason. He's getting pretty close to him.
Yeah, he's definitely not really doing a whole lot of fuel saving. He's shifting at the top of his gears and doing a little bit of lift and coast here and there, but he's driving pretty aggressively.
Yeah.
Still in control, obviously. Nothing. He's not overdriving the car, but he is definitely getting the maximum performance that he can out of that motor. Let's view some other drivers right here. Michael Schwartz looking like he's getting pretty close on Josh Betts right here.
Yeah, Michael Schwartz currently in P8 right now. Your top rookie driver, as well as your only rookie driver, as well as your only Ferrari driver on track.
Lots of onlys for Michael Schwartz tonight.
Yeah.
But I have to say that
He's,
paint scheme is looking really nice too on it.
It is. Yeah, I like that. Bit of a rebel in the race tonight at Motegi.
Yep, I think so, a little bit. So maybe we'll see him get pretty close to Josh Betts, enough to make a pass. Actually, I think the reason why he got so close was maybe from this right here. Looked like an off track from Josh Betts. Yep, so he got a little wide right there. That gave Michael a little bit of a look down the outside right there, but I think Josh Betts was able to maintain that inside and keep the advantage. So very well done from him.
Nick Nickerson still just settling down directly behind Mason Smith.
Yep, I think he's still going to try and fuel save behind Mason right now.
Yeah.
That'd be the only logical thing, because he knows Mason doesn't have a draft. He knows that there's a gap forming pretty good, so he might have some extra pace lying inside that Mercedes. And once he decides to make a move, I'm assuming about 3/4 into this race is when we'll see him make some pretty aggressive moves. But only time will tell to see what these drivers really end up doing.
We got Nathan Nickerson right now in P2 for the gold division, overall P4. Doing everything he possibly can to try to catch up to Nick Nickerson. Yep. It looked like he made up about a second, but he's got a long way to go. He's got 10 seconds. So
if he's only made up a second in this amount of time, he's gonna be hurting for time later in the session. And I think this is even Mason slowing down Nick. So I think Nick has even more pace sitting in his driver's seat.
And then, of course, behind him in P3 for your Platinum division, P5 overall is Clayton Montgomery. Also in the Porsche, just kind of running his race. Looking pretty relaxed.
Yep, absolutely. I think he's just letting the race come to him. This 2-hour endurance race, you have to get that sprint mindset out and really just kind of accept that you're here for the long haul. And drivers make mistakes. We already saw Nathan make one earlier today, and that was only your first pit stop. So we still have, I think, 3, maybe 4 more left to go in this race.
Yep. Then we got Evan Dyes, your current P3 Gold Division driver, overall in P6. The only driver in the Acura right now.
Yep, absolutely.
Unfortunately, he had that little spin out I would have liked to see Evan Dyes stick behind Mason,
Yeah,
but
I agree.
you know, things happen.
Sure, we'll see him try and catch up the Andes a little bit. I think he might be fuel saving as well. I think he's just
Yeah.
gonna try and take the long game as well. But it's kind of hard when all your competitors are doing the exact same thing.
Yep. We got Josh Betts here. You're currently winning in the silver division. Overall P7.
Yep.
Doing a 151 flat is his best. Kind of averaging a 151.63. So hopefully he can maintain that.
Looking too bad. And here we have some difference in strategy. We got Nick Nickerson pulling into the pits, and Mason Smith is able to continue on going.
Wow. It looks like Nathan Nickerson also pulling into the pits. What do you think, Jack? You think they're working together?
It's hard to work together when you got 10 seconds apart.
Yeah. Maybe the same fuel strategy though.
It's possible. I'm surprised Nick is having a pit after being behind Mason for so long. So that is something to keep an eye on. But
Yeah.
maybe there's an undercut strategy that Nick is trying to pull on Mason right now. See if he can get a really good outlap. But Mason Smith, having no one behind him, he's going to have a lot of pace on his in-lap right here. So we'll see what these drivers can do when it comes to their pit times.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see when Ricky pits compared to Mason. What do you think? You think they're going to go into the pits on the same lap, or you think they're going to pit at different times?
Honestly, I think they're going to pit at the same time.
I mean, Ricky Renner is really good at saving fuel, so we'll see.
I think so, but I mean, they both had the exact same conditions this entire race.
Yeah.
So I think we might see them pull into the pits again. I think Ricky also had a little bit of an incident. I'm not seeing anything on SDK that he went off track, but I think he had a little bit of a lapse of momentum in a certain part of the track and lost a little bit of time. So
okay.
it looked like Ricky and Mason going out for another lap. So these drivers both having a little extra in their tanks compared to the Nickersons.
That just shows you how good these guys are at saving fuel.
Yeah, absolutely.
Compared to the rest of the field.
Also curious what their tire strategy is going to be. I think they might be trying to do 3 sets, but it just depends on how slow they want to be on their outlap. Personally, I think I would just take the two sides, either left sides or right sides, and then alternate between the two. But everyone is doing something a little bit different in core, and that's why we enjoy some of these endurance races, just to see what these drivers can come up with.
Yeah, Michael Schwartz getting on the back of Josh Betts, trying to hunt him down.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that blue Ferrari.
You can see Josh Anderson pulling into the pits. Right up ahead. Looking like Michael finding a little extra time here in that first 2 corners.
Yeah.
That Ferrari is feeling a little bit better on an empty tank of fuel.
Kind of interesting that he picked the Ferrari. I mean, obviously it's one of the most oversteer cars I think there is. With the exception of the Aston Martin, which I haven't really drive. I know haven't driven yet. I know you have a lot more experience in that car than I do, but what do you think? Do you think the Austin's got more oversteer than the Ferrari does?
It depends on the condition. I think the Ferrari has more rotation throughout the corner. I think it just naturally a little bit more oversteer, has a little bit more rotation, but I think the Aston has a lot more rotation under braking. That's where I really notice it, and under acceleration it has a little more understeer, and it's kind of what you expect out of a front engine car. But I think Mason put it very nicely, combining the McLaren and the Mercedes is how he describes the Aston Martin.
Oh, okay. So very interesting. Your current P2 right now is Nick Nickerson. That's going to put Mason Smith on P3.
Yep, he definitely made up some time in that pit lane.
Yeah.
He actually had a slower time in the pit, but I think he had a faster couple laps without being behind Mason, so that gave him the advantage. But a 4-second advantage, I think Mason may have had a hiccup somewhere.
Yeah. We still have about an hour and 6 minutes, so it's still anybody's game. Anything can happen, you know. One little spin out, and that could be it for you.
Absolutely.
Oh no! It looks like we had an issue with Aaron Reed. Let's see if we can go back to that replay.
See what happened here. Looks like he just got off track a little bit, and yep, got back on it with those dirty tires and looped it around. But
Drift challenge.
Yep, it's a BMW. That's what it's made for. So it looks like he's able to go away very nicely. So no crash from Aaron Reed right there. Able to continue on very well.
That was a great livery he had on that car as well. I don't really like blue or teal that much, but he makes it look really good on that BMW.
Yep, absolutely. Kind of looking at your lap times from before on the last lap, Mason Smith was 6 seconds slower than Ricky Renner on his outlap, so I think he may have gotten a little squirrely and just had to collect the car on those cold tires. And that is how Nick Nickerson was able to get by. Like
yeah, if you're Mason Smith, I mean, you need every second to count.
And yeah, Nick is looking really good for his points. He's put another car between him and Evan, so he's looking really good. He's even catching up to Ricky Renner, your leader. So we might be seeing a change for position in the lead here pretty soon.
Wow. It's so crazy with the positions between Nick and Nathan, as this very same scenario happened the last race. I think I could be mixing it up, but one of them was ahead at the beginning of the race, and then all of a sudden they swapped position.
Yeah, last race.
Yeah,
between both of them having incidents on cold tires.
Yep.
Looking like so far they're figuring out a little bit. Mason maybe having a little bit more bad luck with his outlap or his inlap, but even still, Ricky Renner looking like he's maintaining that well. Of course, the Porsche he was really comfortable in. So he's going to continue using that. But Nick Nickerson, like I said, he's on a charge trying to catch back up. Now, of course, Ricky Renner was able to pit 2 laps later than Nick Nickerson on that second pit cycle. So He's going to have a lot of a fuel advantage on this last pit stop. And I think that's going to save him about maybe 2 seconds, if not more.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, it's funny, we've seen this between Ricky and Mason before, with Mason just catching right up to Ricky during the last couple seconds of the race.
Absolutely, but I don't think we're seeing
So
that
we'll
out
see
of
what
him
happens.
so far. I mean, it seems pretty consistent that Ricky's able to put a gap on Mason right now.
Yeah. Of course, him driving that Austin Martin is a huge factor in all this as well. I mean, is it possible that Mason just took all 4 tires during his last pit stop?
It is possible in his stop time and even his pit lane time. You know, there's only a couple tenths between. Oh, I'm sorry. I was looking at. That's where he lost his time, was in the pit lane time. So
Yeah.
it wasn't his pit stop. They took really similar times right there, but his actual pit lane time. So yeah, there's something that happened with Mason Smith
Yeah.
right there inside
So
the pit
maybe
lane.
you know, Mason took all 4 tires instead of just taking 2 tires, which added the extra time, which means that, you know, maybe he's not gonna take tires his next pit stop. I don't know. We'll see.
Yep, we'll see how that plays out later on. Looking like we saw a pass from Michael Picone on Herbert Pineda right here. I wonder, where's Herbert in this scenario right here? Interesting. I think Herbert Pineda might be out of this race.
Oh no.
Yeah, I'm not seeing him on track anywhere. So tough break from Herbert.
That's
Unfortunately,
unfortunate.
not going to be able to get his win here tonight in his gold division. So on screen we got Nathan Nickerson 6 seconds, almost 7 seconds behind Mason Smith. Try and make up some time. He has made up a little bit of time to Mason. I think partially was from that pit stop.
Okay, here's the last thing that I can see going on with Herbert. Looks like he went off track right there. Just kind of stopped and then reset into the pits, as you can see right there. And it looks like that is it. That is the last thing that we've heard from, or that we've seen from Herbert Pineda.
Absolutely, I don't see any speed from him on track. So yeah, unfortunately that is him all done for tonight.
Well, Herbert, we hope you enjoyed the season, and hopefully we'll see you next season.
Yep. And maybe I'll be seeing you on track next season too. I no idea what the schedule is for our other broadcasters are for next season, but hopefully I'll see you on track. If not, we'll see you in the booth at some point in the future. We have Michael Schwartz still on the back of Josh Betts. I wish we could go into his car and say, come on, just a little bit faster, man. Just get him right there.
Just egg him on.
You're so close. Looks like Morgan Smith able to pass Kelly Ponier from the pit lane. Yeah, it's kind of nice on SDK. Our chat log on the bottom here is looking pretty quiet. So we're able
Yeah.
to see everything that's going on and not really have to worry about drivers doing some silly things and wondering what's going on.
Yep. This is just a little replay of what happened to Aaron Reed earlier.
Yep, absolutely. Yeah, see if you could pull up what happened to Mason in the pit lane there. See if there's something that you can find on that situation.
Yeah, I don't really see anything in the logs. I think it's pretty much exactly exactly what you thought. Maybe he just took a little bit more
Let's see. So this is when
time in the pits.
Mason goes
Oh,
into the
looks like you
pits
got it
here.
right there. Yeah, I just pulled that up too. That's funny.
Nice. So we'll see him stop right here. And I'm sure Ricky's going to take some tires too there. Yep, so his car comes up in the air. Oh, okay, so Mason had to back up. Oh, that's where he lost all of his time, right there. He pulled too far forward and had to back up.
Oh,
Because he's not
okay.
even taking tires right there. He's all four on the ground, but yeah, he had to reverse.
Oh, wow. That's unfortunate.
So, tough break from Mason. Just a little too speedy in the pit lane.
We got a fan for Josh Betts cheering him on, as well as Mason. Thank you guys for that.
Josh Betts looking pretty good out there in 7th place.
Yeah,
Your
he's
leader
winning
in the
right
silver
now.
division.
Yep.
Holding off Michael
He is
Schwartz, doing a
currently
really
winning.
good job.
Yeah. Looks like we got Clayton Montgomery going into the pits. Oh no, I'm sorry, that's an old log.
It's an old one. So, yeah, how's this race turning out for you, Alan? Is this kind of what you expected, or something a little bit different?
Not really, you know. I kind of expected Mason to be on the back of Ricky a little bit more, but I knew that they were gonna kind of fuel save off each other and wait till the end. That was expected, but you know, obviously Mason went with the Aston Martin, so I think that kind of shuffled things up a little bit.
Yep, absolutely. Let's hop on the blimp view here and see him getting some good separation from Nick Nickerson right there. Pulling out a 2.5 second lead. And Mason Smith still 5 seconds behind Nick. So Ricky Renner just finding more pace than any other driver out right now.
Go, Josh Betts! There you go, I got you guys.
Yep. Looking like we had a driver go right off track right there. I think that might have been... Yeah, that was Michael Picone.
Yep.
That white Aston Martin. That thing looks
Also,
pretty good.
yeah, it does.
Some good paint schemes for these new cars. Yeah, we were pretty early on the drop when the Aston came out and we were looking on trading paints, and I think it was like within 15-30 minutes there's already like 10 paint schemes for this car,
Yeah.
which I think is pretty crazy. Some of those paint designers are really fast with that, so that's really cool to see. Morgan Smith getting pretty close. I think that's John Crane right there letting him by. Figured it was with that awesome 7-up machine. We've seen him run that on a couple other cars. I think he had a Porsche too with that same paint scheme.
Oh no. It's like maybe we had an issue with James Molyneux here. Let's see what happened.
Seeing a crash for him.
It's like he just went a little too hot into that turn. Not really
Yep.
much of a crash. It's more of just an off track.
Yep. James Molyneux, I know you were watching this back. Yeah, according to SDK,
yeah,
you crashed.
Yeah. SDK is just being a little over exaggerative there. A little dramatic.
A little dramatic. Yep, I can agree with that. But James Molyneux able to keep going without losing too much time.
Yep.
As Morgan Smith getting right on the back of Alex Jaspers. See what Alex Jaspers can do with defending Morgan Smith right behind.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Jimmy, for that information. It's like Herbert.
Ooh. Yeah, just reading that too.
Yeah, Herbert had a bit of a medical issue. So hopefully he comes out of it good. Hopefully there's enough of a gap to where we can see him in the next season. But we'll say good luck to Herbert, and we'll see you back here. I hope your medical issue isn't too serious.
Yep, absolutely. I know how it is dealing with a rotator cuff issue. And yeah, so props to him for even doing an hour with that. So
Yeah.
Good job there, and we'll see you hopefully in the next season. Get healed up. Yeah, we saw Morgan Smith getting by Alex Jaspers right there, and a little bit of rain. Looking at the forecast earlier in the race, I didn't see any forecast, but looks like it kind of peered in. So we could take a quick look real quick, get a sneak peek of the new iRacing UI as well. Yeah, looks like we're going to have some weather coming in.
Wow.
And,
that was not expected. That's really going to mix things up.
Yeah, absolutely. And judging from the angle of the clouds coming in, we might be getting some good rain. So we will be ready for that. These drivers are going to have some decisions to make with their pit strategy, when to pit, when to take wet tires. And I think we're going to have wet tires till the end of the race. So this is going to shake things up massively.
Way to throw a wrench in there, weather. iRacing weather.
Mother Nature showing no remorse. Saying we are going to get a fireworks show for our final race of the season.
And Michael Short's still trying to catch Josh Betts, not giving up.
Yep,
Josh Betts still doing a really good job staying ahead. And look at this, we got rain. Yep. Wow.
We are getting rain on this toward the front section of this track, so the drivers might be taking a little bit easier. And yeah, we're gonna see some action here. Alan, I think we're gonna hopefully we won't see any crashes, but it's with rain, there comes crashes.
Yeah, you never know, especially with the Austin Martin.
It's true.
Has anybody ever driven it in the rain? I don't know. Hands up in the air.
Yeah, right?
Is it any good in the rain? Is it really good in the rain? Who knows?
Yeah, we'll see if Mason has done any practice in the rain.
Yeah.
We know from some first-hand experience, not practicing in the rain, it can be costly.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it looks like Morgan Smith getting by Alex Jasper, or sorry, that would be Josh Anderson right there.
Yep.
And the Porsche, of course, being good at this track already, and already being good in the rain, we're getting a double whammy for the Porsches, so we might see a lot of these drivers shoot up the rankings.
Yeah.
Now, we got Nick Nickerson heading into the pits, so let's see if we can see what tires he wants to get. Might be able to see it coming right here on this camera view.
Of course, Mason Smith and Ricky Renner staying out with slicks. Let's see how long they're going to stay out for before they have to pit in for rain tires.
Yeah, I think Nick is going to, both Nickersons actually are going to get the wet tires early. Yep, you can see the extra tread right there. So he has opted for the wet tires a little early in the session. I think he's going to try and get them warmed up pretty nicely before the track gets too wet. I like that strategy. I think that's going to work out really well for him.
Yeah, those guys are clearly not messing around. They're just playing it safe and putting those rain tires on, you know, right at the start.
Yep, absolutely. So we're going to keep an eye on Ricky Renner, see what he's going to do here. If he's going to go out for another lap, trying to risk it with the dry tires and possibly suffer a little bit more with those wets. But this back half of the track, it's still pretty dry. Still no reason to put on wets yet as far as this part of the track is concerned. So it's going to be kind of a two-man show with how these drivers are going to take their strategy.
Yeah.
See what Ricky's going to do right here, and he is going to go for another lap. So feeling pretty bold. Rain has stopped in the front stretch, so maybe Nathan and Nick going a little early on their wet tires. Of course, they might have a little bit of a faster opening lap, but with how soft those tires are, they're going to get heated up and eaten up really fast and possibly lose out on some extra traction.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, is it, you know, is that going to give them an advantage or maybe a disadvantage in the beginning? Because the track's not too wet at the moment.
Correct. Yeah, the rain is coming. We did see that on the forecast right there, but I don't think it's going to be coming soon enough. So judging from what we're seeing right now, I think Ricky is right on sticking it out and just keeping up with the dry tires. Yeah, Nick Nickerson is 11 seconds slower than Mason on that last lap.
Wow.
And yeah, it looks like the majority of these drivers.
Only
11 seconds.
Yep.
So yeah, Nick is praying for more moisture right now, but on that forecast, I don't think it's coming for another 5 minutes.
Yeah.
That really big cloud. So yeah, we'll see what happens, but it's not quite looking good. Looks like it's Ricky and Mason, as well as James Molyneux and Aaron Reed are your only ones on dry tires right now. And Mason Smith jumping into the pits.
Yep, I just saw that right there, yeah. Ricky Renner staying out again for another lap over Mason Smith.
Wow, so
Wow.
Ricky Renner really saving a lot of fuel right there, going 3
Yeah.
extra laps than his fellow competitors.
I really hope Ricky can keep it on the track with the conditions that are coming.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of crazy drives from Ricky. I think he can maintain the car control for a little moisture on the track. Of course, the rain isn't terrible right now. It's still pretty manageable. The track still
Yep.
looks really dry. I don't see any puddles forming just yet, so.
Yeah, Barry says he would like to see Mason get a win tonight. I think we'd like to see him at least right up there with Ricky as well.
Yeah, we just want a fun battle at the end.
Yeah.
You know, it's gonna be pretty interesting right now. Yeah,
I think
Mason
Ricky
Smith.
is the only one out right now that hasn't taken a pit stop.
Yep, correct. Mason Smith opting for the wet tires on that stop. And, geez, Ricky's going out. Is that another lap?
It looks like it,
That is another lap that he is going on. So
wow.
he has got some kind of extra something in the fuel tank.
Yep, he is risking it for the biscuit.
If that is... Nope, okay, so he's on the back half of the track right there. Now he's pulling into the pits. Alright. I was going to say, we might have to check his car for some illegal fuel if he's going for another lap. So we will see what happens right here. Nick Nickerson posting 158, so that would have been about 6-7 seconds slower than Ricky Renner was on dry tires. So track is still in a pretty dry state, but I saw a couple more puddles forming a little earlier in the lap, a little bit of spray happening. But James Mono still on dry tires, and you can definitely see how evident that is. He is right on the back of Nick Nickerson.
Nick Terrell giving a shout out to Ricky.
Very, very nice. Ricky Renner back out on track, 14 seconds ahead of Mason Smith right now. So
Wow.
that little extra time in the pits with the dry tires really making that work. Looks like Ricky and Mason both had very similar pit stop times. Nick Nickerson actually having a much slower time. So maybe we've seen him do something a little bit different in the pits.
Yeah.
James Mono making up loads of time with this alternate pit strategy. Still staying on the dries. He's going to be making up loads of time here on some of his fellow competitors further up.
Yeah. And this is where we might start seeing some issues with these drivers as we see Michael Schwartz just getting a little bit sideways coming out of that turn. Saves the car, though. That really wasn't even anything, in my opinion. That was just a little drift from the rear end there.
Yep.
SDK is just being very, very, very dramatic tonight with some of these guys.
James Mono diving on the inside right there.
Yep.
Making it work. Yeah, I'm curious on how overheated some of these drivers' tires are. Nick Nickerson obviously having his tires well into their temperature, posting 5 seconds faster than Mason Smith further up ahead. So James Mono having some great luck with his pit stop strategy, getting further up ahead. Here pretty soon, I'm sure he's going to dive into the pits right now. Grab some fuel, grab some wet tires, and settle in for the long haul. So hop back on here. Yep, we'll see some more clouds. Looks like the track right now should be pretty much covered up with rain. And yeah, I think in the next 10 minutes, 15 minutes, we're gonna see some really heavy clouds.
it's always kind of hard to tell if the track is really that wet, or is it if it's just lightly raining.
Yeah, with these GT3s right now, I think dry tires are still the move. Of course, these drivers, they don't see the forecast. They don't see the radar even. So
Yeah.
I think in their mind, they're thinking, oh, the rain's starting. It should just be getting heavier and heavier. But of course, as we just saw, there's going to be a little bit of a gap before the rain gets really heavy. So if they had someone to look at that, I'm sure we might see some drivers still on the dries. Because looking at it right now, this is still a pretty dry track, in my opinion. I think you'll still be faster on those dry tires. Looking like Morgan Smith getting right on the back of Alex Jaspers. He might be looking to make a move on the inside right here into turn one. Alex Jaspers getting plenty of room.
Josh Anderson right behind them. Just look at that.
Yep, double move.
It looks like he's. Yep.
And actually, I think that would have been.
Sorry, that was Morgan Smith passing Alex Jaspers.
And that's actually Nick Nickerson right there, making a move on both drivers, having to go on through.
I think my log is a little off. Yeah, Nick Nickerson going past some lap traffic.
Ooh, looked like Nick Nickerson getting a little sideways right there. It's kind of what we were thinking about, what was going to happen with him getting on those wet tires so early. You know, really overheating him at the start and wearing him down, so now he's going to have a little less grip than he may normally have. Now comparing his times to Ricky Renner is just about a second ahead, or a second faster on the previous lap. Let's see what Nick Nickerson can do on this tour around the track. Looking like he was also just about a second behind Ricky right there. So these drivers getting pretty distance out, I'd say. It's making our job pretty easy. So now we're just pretty much podcasters at this point, right, Alan?
Yep, pretty much. Ricky Renner doing a great job keeping it on the track as the conditions get a little slick out there. With the lead.
Yep, absolutely.
See how Mason's doing in that Austin in the rain.
Mason losing a lot of time.
Yeah, it's not looking too slippery. It looks like they're still on board with Josh Betts anyway. It looks like he's still taking the racing line.
Yeah, the track it's still dry enough for those slicks. Unfortunately, these drivers just didn't know what the rain was gonna do. Having someone in your ear that's able to just watch the forecast and take a look, maybe some of these drivers would have done something different, but
yeah,
it's no fault to their drivers. It's just how the cookie crumbles.
Yeah.
Josh Betts looking to lap James Milano right there.
Yep.
See what the spray looks like. Yeah, it's just not a whole lot of spray. I'd still put on dry tires, personally. still dry enough, so we're gonna have to try and see these drivers manage their tires and put as little heat and as little wear as they can, so when the rain does hit, they'll be ready.
Yeah, it's unfortunate when you heat the tires up, wear them down during that little bit of rain, and then when it starts raining really hard, your tires aren't working too well.
Yep, absolutely. But honestly, if I'm James Molyneux right now, I would be doing exactly what I'm doing right now.
Yeah.
Just driving smooth. You still have, what is that? You know, a 32 second, 33 second gap to the next car behind in your class. So he has time to spare. And no point in looping the car and making a mistake when you're this far ahead. So. Pretty good, yeah. So this is probably going to be our dry spell for the rain right now. Looking pretty, pretty dropless. Now, what do you think is going through these drivers' minds at this moment without seeing any raindrops?
Well, you know, obviously, knowing the talent between Ricky, Mason, Nick, Nathan, you know, Clayton, they probably wish they would have just stuck on slicks.
I think so.
But we'll see what happens. We'll see if they go right back into the pits and change the tires again.
Yeah, probably not, because I mean, I'm sure they know that the rain is coming. Maybe if the rain takes long enough to where it goes into the next pit cycle, someone may be unlucky and take the dry tires. And when the rain does hit, they're going to be hating life.
Yeah.
So I'm really curious on how this is going to go. Ricky Renner is really putting out a lot of space between him and Mason. Curious on how that Aston Martin is handling these quote-unquote wet conditions. You can see the Aston just being a little squirrely under braking. That's kind of what we were talking about earlier with how the Aston just behaves.
Not too many battles going on right now. Everyone just kind of in their own little world and in a time attack and trying to keep the car on the track and set the fastest pace without an issue.
Yep, absolutely. Looking like Mason and the Aston just not putting in the times that he needs to. Looks like all the drivers from P1 to P7 clocking in at least a second faster than Mason Smith right now.
Looks like the rain's coming back. I don't know, it's kind of hit or miss. Oh, there it is again.
Might be giving us a little sneak peek when we take another look at our forecast. Yep, so now we're going to start seeing our rain come a little bit more continuously, a little bit harder, and I think after that yellow section right here, looking like there's a pretty good gap, so we'll see what the forecast does. Of course, you know, just like real life, the weather does some weird stuff. We can never predict it fully, so can never quite know what's going to happen. Look like Mason and Ricky posting a similar lap time right there. Maybe Ricky had a little bit of an incident or what, but it's just a little slower than his normal lap times. Everyone else posting a pretty similar lap time from what they were doing before.
Yeah, I think maybe, you know, he obviously knows he's in the lead. He knows that if he makes a mistake, it's gonna cost him big time, as you know, that basically from experience in the last race. So I think maybe he's just slowing down to play it safe.
Yeah, absolutely.
Which is smart in my opinion on his part, as he's, you know what, almost, he's almost 20 seconds ahead of Mason in the lead right now.
Yeah, Ricky Renner is pretty much on his own zip code. But of course, that Porsche has always done well in the rain, and I think it's just showing that extra, extra reasoning behind that right now.
Yeah.
It is nice to see the Heart of Racing Aston Martin in iRacing.
Yeah.
It is really cool to see.
It's a good looking car
It
too.
looks fantastic. It
Really
is
good
my
looking
favorite
car.
car out of the GT3 series, and
Yeah.
yeah, I wish personally it handled as good as it looks, because I think that'd be a fantastic car. But yeah, Mason just kind of
I'm
showing
sure yeah, I'm
how
sure
the
Mason Smith is thinking the exact same thing that you are right now.
yep. Hopefully he's able to put it in a podium position, just so I can pick his brain on what he thinks on the car. But just kind of seeing how slidey it is and how many corrections that he's having to make. It's kind of making sense. We'll hop on his helmet cam right here and just kind of see what he has to do with this car. I mean, he is babying the car through these corners. And Nick Nickerson is catching him really, really fast.
Yeah, currently little bit under 6 seconds.
Yep. Looks like he's getting him about a second to a second and a half a lap. So I'd say in about...
Maybe we'll see a Mason Nick Nickerson battle.
Yep, I'd say in about 6 seconds time we're going to see a battle coming in, but looking like we're finally getting some more moisture. So these drivers happy that they have their rain tires back and able to cool off their tires.
Jimmy in the chat says the Random Vandals GT3 BMW is better. I love how everybody has their car that they like.
Yep. Well, Jamie, I'm gonna respectfully disagree with you on that one and move on there.
Yeah,
But
start a little war going on, a little drama between all the chat. What's your guys' favorite car?
yep,
Why?
you guys go crazy
What
in the
car do you
chat
guys
there.
hate the most?
Yep, absolutely. As Morgan Smith hopping into the pits once again. So with 36, I think with the rain coming especially will slow him down. I think he has one more stop and then he should be good to go. But we're finally coming into the last half hour, a little bit further than that. So we're going to see one more pit cycle from these drivers, and then it's going to be a full-on sprint to the finish. But I think we're going to just be having a battle for your second place. Everyone else looks pretty spaced out. James Milano 2 seconds behind Kelly for 12th place.
Yeah, this is definitely one of those races where it's, you know, you're your own worst enemy. It's going to be how good are you at maintaining your composure in the rain and not pushing the car too hard to where it's going to mission.
Yep.
It's like, who is that? That is, I think that was James Molinol. Is that correct? That
Right here?
Ricky Renner's catching up to? Yep.
Yep.
Ricky Renner catching up to, he's going to be lapping James Molinol.
Yeah, here pretty soon. He's just catching right on up. Nick Nickerson, first one in the pits of the top 4. I think he's going to be happy to get off those worn rain tires and get something new going here. Or maybe he is just going to be getting some fuel, do a little splash and dash, and continue on.
Yeah, it did look like it was more just a splash and dash.
Yeah, that was a 16-second stop instead of the normal 21 seconds.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think you're just getting some fuel. Of course, he's going to have to take the most out of the rest of these drivers in the podium positions.
Yep. Yeah, it didn't look like he got tires there.
Yep, so we'll see what that tire advantage or disadvantage is going to give him. And Ricky has caught up to James Mona right here. And plenty of separation between the drivers. Such a wide track. Makes it really easy to give plenty of space. Let lap traffic go on by. So we'll see what happens when Mason jumps into the pits. What he's going to end up doing. Looks like these drivers are starting to take the wider lines for the rain.
Yep.
It's getting a little heavier out, so...
Looks like we got Nathan Nickerson also going into the pits.
Montgomery are going to meet each other in the pits for a little bit. It looked like Mason Smith is just biding his time. I think he realizes that the lead is kind of out of his grasp, being 20 seconds behind. So I think he's just wanting to finish this race.
Yeah, it's gonna be an interesting interview.
Yeah, for sure.
Asking him about that car. I'll let you do the honors on that one.
That sounds good. Looks like we had Josh Betts seemingly just jumped into the pits. Maybe just a little bit of discontinuity right there. And here we have Mason jumping into the pits as well. So curious to see what his strategy is going to be, if he wants to take any tires or if he's just going to take some slash and dash.
Yep, I'm gonna guess it's a splash and dash, but
I'm going to assume that as well.
you never know.
Find out. I'll hop on with Nick here, get an idea of where these two drivers are going to be at. So, yep, Mason Smith just getting a splash and dash. And it looks like he is going to be sitting in a really good spot as far as track position. Looks like about 4.5 seconds. Dropping to 4 seconds right there. So we'll see what kind of pace Nick can do on these wet conditions now that we're kind of in a even track state and these drivers don't have to save their tires.
Yeah. Yeah, Nick's he's got still quite a bit of a gap to chip away at Mason.
Yeah, 3.5 seconds.
Yeah, but with the pace that they're going at, you think it's possible he can catch up to Mason?
If the times that we were seeing before are representative of now, 100%. He was catching them at a second to a second and a half a lap. So with Nick maybe being in that same pace,
yeah.
I mean, he's already dropped
16 minutes.
He's dropped that gap down to 2.5 seconds already. So I think we are going to see a pass for second place here pretty soon. A little over-rotated right there in that left-hand hairpin. But yeah, we're seeing a lot of pace difference between these two drivers right here. Basically dropping that gap from 4.5 seconds when Mason got out of the pits to 2.5 seconds coming to the end of this lap, maybe even 2 seconds.
The track is definitely wet.
Yeah, it's
we can tell
seeing
now.
a little bit more moisture. I think we're definitely into that green that we saw in the forecast.
Yep. You can see a lot of puddles starting to form.
Yep. There's a little bit of a gap that we're in right now, but that's going to fade very quickly and get some more moisture back. So yeah, that gap now down to 2 seconds. So we're getting pretty close right here with 15 minutes left in this race. I think we're definitely going to see a pass for second place right here. Let's see, and somehow we lost our driver display up top, so we'll bring that right on back up for you guys. And I guess Ricky Renner is quite literally in his own division on the far right side.
Yep.
Don't know what's going on with that. Maybe that's just showing your overall leader right there, but yeah.
He's so far ahead, he's created his own division.
Yeah, exactly. He being almost a minute ahead of Mason right there. He must be feeling pretty good about his chances right here. Actually, I don't think Ricky has pit yet for his final time. Now I'm kind of looking at the pit stops. He has 3 while Mason has 4. As well as all the other drivers. So maybe we do need to check Ricky for some different fuel inside that Porsche.
At the current moment, we got Ricky Renner leading the Platinum Division. We have Nick Nickerson, who's currently right on the back of Mason Smith, leading the Gold Division.
Yep.
And we've also got Josh Betts leading the Silver Division. Michael Schwartz, the one, the only in the Rookie Division, leading the Rookie Division. James Molyneux currently in the lead for the Bronze Division. See what his cockpit looks like being behind Mason right there. How much spray there is. It's not too bad, but pretty disrupting.
Yep, it's enough to make you have to pay attention a little bit more, but Nick
Yeah.
is right on the back of Mason. He might even be making a move through this infield section, or this little twisty section, I'm sorry. Because, I mean, the pace difference between these two drivers is really crazy. I think that last lap is, yeah, a second and a half right there. So,
Wow.
with that kind of time difference, yeah, these drivers are going to be neck and neck. Mason going around wide right there, going to take the wet line, going to have a little more momentum coming out of that final corner, or that hairpin as well. So he put a nice gap on Nick right there. But Nick having that slipstream, somehow finding a lot of extra pace going down that back stretch. Ooh, getting a little bit on the curb there.
Whoa.
That's going to cost him a little bit of time.
Yep.
Got it gathered up really nicely. Just going to take the slowdown for getting it gathered up rather than going off track, risking some other shenanigans. Now we'll do a final little rundown of what your points are currently. Of course, we might have to do a little bit of math to try and figure out what's going on. Ricky Renner looking extremely comfortable in the lead for your Platinum Division, so I think he might be winning it tonight. Mason Smith and Clayton Montgomery are going to hold their positions in your points. Your Gold Division looking like Nick Nickerson is going to be maybe taking that win over Evan Dyes. Definitely over Nathan. That's for sure. We will just have to see what the points settle with at the end here. Hopefully the points get updated pretty quickly. Your Silver Division, Josh Betts looking very comfortable to take home his Silver Division lead. The next driver, Josh Anderson, looking pretty far behind. So unfortunately, not looking too nice. For your Bronze Division, James Molyneux with a very comfortable lead over Aaron Reed. So I think we're going to see a James Molyneux win tonight too for your points division. Or for your points lead in the Bronze Division.
Not over yet. We still got a little bit less than 10 minutes in this race. Let's see if Nick Nickerson can catch Mason Smith and take that P2 position away from him.
Yep, absolutely. Mason able to eke that gap out a little bit more to 1.3 seconds. These drivers are going to be pretty much on a tear. Mason finding some extra pace in that Aston Martin in these wet conditions. Nick Nickerson having a little bit more of a tough time make it work in this rain.
Yeah.
So yeah, with less than 10 minutes to go, Mason looking a little stronger here. But I must say I am impressed with these drivers with the rain coming on. They're keeping it together. I'm not seeing anyone get too caught out with the rain.
Absolutely.
I think even since it started, I mean, maybe like one, maybe two crashes since it started. So very well done from these drivers.
Oops. I did not mean to put that in chat. Oh well. See if the outcome actually follows what I posted in there. Sorry guys.
Oh yeah, yeah, you
It's
followed
not
me
over
with
yet,
that.
but
So yeah, we're on with Morgan Smith right now. He's trying to catch up to Alex Jaspers. We know Alex Jaspers is really strong in the rain.
Yeah.
I've seen him do a lot of good drives before. So we'll see if he can make a gap work on Morgan Smith. But yeah, so far we still have Ricky Renner comfortable in your leading position. I don't think he has any desire or reason to push.
Yeah.
21 seconds ahead with 6 minutes to the end of this race. I think he's sitting in a pretty good spot. Looks like Morgan Smith was able to get by Alex Jaspers right there. Sorry about missing that one. Let's take a look at what happened right there. Looking like Alex just letting him by right there on turn 1. Not going to fight that position too hard.
Yep.
So very well done from Morgan right there. And 5 minutes left. Nick Nickerson finding a little bit more pace on Mason.
See if you can get him, as he's got 4 minutes left in this race.
Just about. The rain coming back down pretty hard. Like Josh Anderson right there on the outside, letting the drivers by. A little bit of an awkward spot to pass through, but Josh giving him as much room as he can give him.
Yeah, Nick obviously isn't messing around. He wants that P2 position over Mason Smith.
Very badly. You can see how bad the spray is from that far back. Nick trying the traditional racing line, Mason going around on the wet line. Looking like he made that work a little bit better, gained a 10th on him, but Nick Nickerson able to put the power down a little bit better, gaining a lot of time in that straight. And even in the brakes, getting right up on Mason right there. He's looking mighty close. As Mason getting a little bit in the grass right there.
Wow.
Losing a lot of traction on exit. That's going to allow Nick Nickerson to come right on by. And he's going to sail on through right there. Mason may not be too happy about that, but may have also seen it coming at some point. But yeah, going wide right there, that's not something that you see much from Mason. Maybe putting a little bit more pressure.
A great job to Nick for, sending it and keeping the car on the track right there. Safely passing the championship contender for the Platinum division. That's always the worst thing to think about, isn't it, Jack? When you're racing and you come across the leaders, whether you're either a lapper or you just got pace. I mean, the worst thing ever is, you got to think going through your mind, I don't want to take this guy out. I don't want to take this guy out.
Absolutely. You see championship contention drivers going by you, and they're bumper to bumper after 2 hours. You would feel pretty bad about ending one or both of the races right at the end.
We got Bill Burrell in the chat. Wish you could have made the race tonight. Yeah, we wish you were here too, buddy.
Yeah.
It was a pleasure watching you, though. We hope to see you in season 13.
Absolutely. We enjoy seeing all of our drivers here tonight, and unfortunately we didn't have the biggest car count, but next season we've always had some pretty strong openers, so we'll hope to see each and every one of you guys back. So it looks like getting pretty close to the end of this race, 2 minutes a lap. I think we're going to see 2 to go, including this lap. or I'm sorry, not including this lap.
That's right. Home stretch. Here we go.
Yep, home stretch. We're about to crown our champions in each of our divisions. Ricky Renner looking pretty good to take home the overall championship. So I'm sure he's going to be pretty excited to talk to us. He's coming down. Yeah, maybe there is going to be 2 to go, including this lap right here. Getting a little ahead of myself. But we can hop into his cockpit here. See if we can see Barney with the flags. See if we're going to see a green or a white flag. There he is on the right side with the white flag. So this is going to be our last lap. As all eyes are on our leader. Making his final tour around the track, so just can't give up 19 seconds, Ricky. You got this. Maybe by the end of this we'll call him Ricky Bobby.
Yeah.
Because pretty much drives if he's not first, he's last.
Man, what a great series for Ricky Renner.
Yeah, absolutely. I remember when I first started with Core, me and Ricky were pretty much on the same pace. He was a little faster than I was, and seeing him grow as a driver and get more involved with Core, not only with Core but with other leagues too, has really kind of shown how he improved as a driver, and of course challenging Mason Smith now. I mean, I think he's one of the most improved drivers I've witnessed in Core, maybe even overall.
Absolutely. Yeah, in the past it seems like he just couldn't get out of that 3rd position for the championship, and now he's on top.
Yep, absolutely. He's looking really good. Looked like Michael Picone getting out of the way for his championship leader.
Yep, waving him by, giving him the fist pump, saying, "Good job, go Ricky."
Yep, congratulations. And as Josh Betts right behind him as he rounds the final corner, Ricky Renner is going to be feeling elated, flashing his lights, getting next to the pit wall for his pit crew, and is going to take
Ricky
the checkered
Renner!
flag.
Go Ricky! Your championship leader for season 12.
Yep, congratulations,
in Core.
Ricky.
Yeah, congratulations. He did it.
Very
Good
well
job,
done.
Ricky.
As
we got Nick coming across the line as well, P2.
Yep. Right on behind him with Mason Smith taking a nice P3 with the new Aston Martin.
Yep.
Like Ricky Renner is pulling up right up here. I think that was Josh Betts doing a little bit of donuts in the dirt. That's my kind of celebration right there. So hell yeah, Josh.
That's right.
Nathan Nickerson rounding out our final corners. Yeah, starting on pole, looking really good, and unfortunately just having that stroke of bad luck on those cold tires. Gonna bring a home 4th position with Clayton Montgomery right behind him. And Evan Dye's tough break from him too. He was looking really strong, challenging Mason for a while.
Yeah, Evan Dye's is fast. He's got a lot of pace.
He does have quite a bit of pace, and unfortunately just had that little bit of bad luck with his tires. But he's going to bring it home P5 or P6. I'm sorry.
Yep. Yeah, I'll be looking forward to seeing Evan Dye's in the next season to see what he can bring to the series.
Yep, absolutely. As yeah, we will kind of hide all this right here and get our results for our race. So looking like Ricky Renner as your winner and championship winner as well for points, and taking home second place Nick Nickerson, and in third Mason Smith. Fourth place we got Nathan Nickerson, fifth Clayton Montgomery, sixth Evan Dyes, seventh Josh Betts, eighth place Michael Schwartz, ninth place Alex Jaspers, and 10th place Morgan Smith.
And in 11th place, we got Kelly Pointer. 12th place, Josh Anderson. 13th, Aaron Reed. 14th, James Monal. 15th, John Crane. 16th, Michael Picone.
Yep.
Sorry about that.
I think it's Picone, yep.
17th, Herbert Pineda. 18th, Brady Carlson.
So very, very well done. So I think starting from the bottom here, let's see if who we can bring into our booth. With our rookie division, obviously we got Michael Schwartz.
Yep.
As your winner. See if he's around. Not quite seeing him.
Looking right now, doesn't look like we have him in the chat. Hopefully he'll show up later because I would love to talk to him.
Be nice. We saw
Yep.
our bronze winner. That would be Aaron Reed. I'm sorry. Wonder what happened there. So yeah, see if we can get Aaron Reed in.
Okay. Oh, yep, there he is.
Cool.
Sweet. Aaron, how you doing? It's Jack and Alan in the booth.
Hey, what's up, folks? I'm doing well.
Hey, congratulations on your bronze championship. How does it feel?
Did it actually put me over the top for the championship? Or James still probably has me for the points, right?
I believe it did. Let me check. At least that's what it's showing us on SDK. There might be some discrepancies with that. We'll have to check. But
oh man, that's awesome though. If that is the case, that is awesome.
It's looking like you are in front of James Molina. I'm not seeing what happened there at the end, but yeah, you.
I definitely finished the race ahead of him. I was just more talking about points. I didn't know if
So talk us through your race. How'd it go?
Oh man, so it started off like actually pretty good. I was okay with the quali time, and then actually was hanging in there and putting some like best laps I've put down even in practice. And then did something stupid, got a black flag going through the pits because I took off the pit limiter too early, and I thought I would never catch James from there. And then the rain, when it started raining to when it transitioned to the wet session, it was a huge amount of time. But I actually waited to put on wets just because I was trying to get through the fuel as much as I could, and I wasn't sliding, so it kind of came on just perfect for me. And I feel pretty comfortable in the wets. Like I'm obviously not fast as the aliens up front and Mason and Ricky and Nick and those guys, but I feel comfortable at least, so that's good. I think that helps. And yeah, man, a strong finish. I was able to get James and was trying to run down Josh. Closed the gap quite a bit at the end there, but I made a mistake on the last lap, just pushing to try to get him in the wet. And but even still, it was great fun. I'm stoked, man. I'm stoked.
That's what it's all about, right? The fun.
Absolutely. I wish I wasn't 2 laps behind it, but I'll take it. You know what? It is what it is.
Yeah.
There's slow guys and there's fast guys. There's levels to this, and I'm in the bronze level.
Yeah.
Hey, man,
this is your first season as well, isn't it?
It is. It is my first season with you guys.
All right. How you liking Core?
It's good, man. I really like it. I wasn't super I don't race GT3s too often, so I wasn't super excited when I first started, but it's like good competition. I like how you have it set up with like different series for different levels of drivers. Like it's fun, and like everybody's super nice and welcoming for the most part, so like it's been good. I've really enjoyed it. I'll definitely be back.
Yeah, awesome.
Awesome.
We'll be happy to have you. And it's nice seeing a lot of the drivers come up from like bronze, silver division and move up the ranks. I know we've seen a lot of drivers do that. So if you nail the top step on bronze division, we might be seeing you in silver. So
Awesome, that'd be fun, man. It'll be great to. I like racing with like Alex Jasper and those guys. I think he's silver.
Yep.
He's in the comps with me. And,
Yep.
like racing with those guys too. Like it'll be fun to like a new challenge, and yeah, it's just I don't know. Thoroughly enjoyed the season.
good. Well, we're happy to have you around. Yeah, after the interview, feel free to stick around a little bit. Still waiting on the points to update, so we might pull you back up for maybe another review if you want to do that. Winning
Yeah,
the
I can
bronze.
hang out. I don't. Yeah, I can hang out. I don't have to work tomorrow, so
All right,
that work.
that sounds good. Yeah, I'm all tapped out. Alan, if you have anything else.
Is there anybody you want to give a shout out to or thanks?
I forget his last name, but AJ is the guy who invited me to Core. He actually raced in the NASCAR series on Wednesdays. Broderick, but I raced karting with him. So shout out to that guy for inviting me here.
Awesome.
Yep.
Sweet.
Thanks,
All
Rob.
right.
Great
Well,
hosting, by
thank
the
you.
way.
Yeah, good job on the season, and we'll see you next season.
Absolutely.
All right.
Have a good night.
All right, that was your potential bronze winner. I think
Bronze
he is
division.
the. Yeah,
It's
your
gonna be
bronze division
close. Yeah, there's
Yeah.
about 11 points separating him and James, and he only finished one position ahead, so it's gonna be close. Especially
Yeah.
with double points there. So yeah, with
You ready for
your-
James? Your other potential bronze winner.
Yeah, we can bring in James, or we can bring in Josh Betts.
Okay.
We can go either way with it.
Let's bring in let's bring in Josh, because I think James had to take a little break.
Yep, no problem. Yeah,
We
let's
can bring
get
him afterwards.
yeah, let's get Josh in here then.
All right. Josh, how you doing? It's Alan and Jack in the booth.
What's up, boys?
So,
How's-
hey, congratulations on your silver division win tonight. How does it feel?
It's good now that it's over because that was super, super stressful. Oh man, I got a gift. I really got a gift that race.
Yeah, wanna walk us through it? Let's hear about it.
So first I was doom spiraling because one lap qualifying, didn't know, off track, qualified like 16th. I was like, oh no, it's over, boys, it's over. They're all yelling at me in Discord, shut up, might as well leave now, yada yada yada. Martin's asking if I want to sell my sim stuff to him, and so I come out there, I'm
That's
like,
awesome.
I'm just fire myself up, get real mad, come out, start just chasing everyone down. And I was behind Morgan about a couple seconds, and I seen him pull off into the pits, but it's I think of the old pits up top of the hill, and I was like, okay, I got this now. And then after that, I just drove to my own abilities, and that's it.
Well, you had forgive me if I'm pronouncing this wrong, Kaya?
Yeah,
Yeah?
my girlfriend. Yeah, my girlfriend.
Okay.
Kaya, yeah.
Yeah, you had her shouting you out in the chat tonight. She was obviously watching your race. So what an awesome girlfriend you got there, man. Watching
Yeah.
you race in a sim race tonight.
Yeah, she cheers for all the boys. She's always cheering on Ricky, always cheering on Nate, Martin, any of my friends that are racing. She's always cheering us all on, watching
That's
whenever she
awesome.
can, and
Yeah,
that's
that's
really
freaking
cool.
awesome.
Well,
Yeah.
how does it feel to take home your silver division win overall?
it feels pretty good. I honestly, when I got moved up, I didn't have any expectations to win at all. I didn't ever really win bronze. I was always like a bridesmaid in bronze, and I got moved to silver, and I was just like, well, these guys are a lot faster. I'm probably screwed, but I'm gonna try my hardest. And then here we are now. I won, so I guess
Yeah.
the proof is in the
I mean,
pudding.
you guys
when we
were
play.
Yeah, you guys were so close too in points.
Yeah, it
pretty
was-
much throughout the season.
Yeah, but the craziest thing is Morgan was really close to us, and
Yeah.
I think I looked, he had 5 races and obviously 2 drop rounds, so he's only
Yep.
really missing 1 round, and he was that close to us. I was like, this is insane. I was like, oh man, I was so nervous to race all these boys out here today.
Well, you pulled it off, and you deserve it. And yeah, man, congratulations. Is there anybody you want to give a shout out to or thanks?
I want to obviously first off thank you guys, the commentators, everyone at Core for hosting this. Thank the whole next gen team, Ricky and Nate. They push me, yell at me, everything, get me motivated. Martin for the sick purple and white next gen car. Shout out to my girlfriend, obviously you guys know watching, and and my mom and my sister, they're watching tonight too. So it's a whole family ordeal tonight. So shout out to everybody, and yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's
well,
awesome.
are you looking forward to next season?
Oh, I'm definitely looking forward to next season. Hopefully not gold though. Hopefully, because I can't keep up to Nate and Nick and all those boys. They're way too fast.
You'd be surprised, man. I mean, sometimes pace isn't everything.
Yep.
You'd really be surprised what happens in a race. So,
And I'm almost willing to bet that some of those drivers are going to move up to platinum too. So I think that's going to be calling your name.
That is true. That is true.
I know. It seems like every driver, especially in the silver and bronze division, it's kind of like a death sentence moving up to gold. But trust me, man, you'll do good up there.
Yeah, I think you'll have some success.
Yeah. Yep.
Here's hoping. I'm ready for it if I do.
All right, sounds
Yeah,
good.
that's
We'll
awesome.
see you next season.
All right, see you guys next season.
Bye.
So, bringing up the points here, got the updated points. Let's bring in James Molyneux, your bronze division leader.
Absolutely. James, how you doing? It's Alan and Jack in the booth.
What's up, guys?
How's it going? How was your night?
Sucked. It was so bad.
Yeah. Was that because of the rain?
No, I think I just struggled with this track, period. I did not get
Okay.
a whole lot of practice on it. And then when the rain came out, when the rain came out, I was cool. I was like, oh, I can stay on dries for a little bit. And then I switched to wets. And the minute I switched to wets, man, no traction at all. No grip at all anywhere. It's like, this is not going to be fun.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be too hard on yourself because the rain was kind of tricky tonight. I mean, it looked like the track was gonna get really wet, but it really threw a wrench in there for you guys because I think the track was a lot drier than it seemed for a really long time.
So yeah, it was quite dry for a while, and then all of a sudden you could start hearing the splashes, but you couldn't see anything on track, and it's like, okay, we're getting wet, and then you start seeing the spray, and then it's okay, it's getting wetter, and then the minute it went to like wet session, all of a sudden it's like, okay, how do I avoid these puddles? They're all the way across the whole track.
Yeah.
Like you're looking at an entire lake.
Yep.
It's crazy.
So how do you feel? How do you feel about the season? Did you have fun?
Yeah, of course. I mean, I got that top 10. I think I've improved a lot, but I still have a lot to learn and a lot of improvement to make.
Yeah, absolutely. I feel like you've improved quite a bit just watching you, through this entire season. You definitely have the pace, that's for sure. And it seems like you had quite a few battles throughout this entire season, being up there. Speaking of, we noticed you had a little bit of a battle with help me out. Oh, Herbert Pineda. How was that?
Yeah, no, you know what? He's fast. So, I just run my line, and then, he got there, and I knew he was faster, so I just kind of, at one point, I just kind of let him go,
Okay.
because I knew he was faster, so there was no point in trying to hold him up.
Yep. All right. Well, you excited for the next season?
Yeah. Any idea? Like, that's going to be what, 2-3 weeks now?
Yeah, it's usually about a 3 week gap between seasons, so you should have a nice break and maybe some time to get some practice in and get ready for the next
I
season.
was, I was going to say,
Yeah,
you don't think I'm taking the next 3 weeks off, do you?
Nope, I wouldn't
But
expect that.
you'll need it because we might see you in the gold division as well. We'll see what happens.
No.
But let me see what your. I'm gonna actually look right here while we got you on here too. Let me see what your rating is.
Well, my goal for next
James
season is to
Molyneux.
make it to silver.
Okay.
I have a feeling you're going to be getting pretty close, if I had to
Or
guess.
I'm sorry, silver. Yeah, not gold. Silver. I'm sorry. I stand corrected. Actually, I don't even know what the cutoff is. I'm not even gonna try to guess. I think it's 1500. And I think you're well above that. Yeah, you're at 1600 right now. So we might see you in the silver division. I mean, I don't know. That's up to Carl, obviously, and Dane, all those guys. But
Yep.
yeah, can't wait. But yeah, I mean, you had a great season. It was really enjoyable watching you. You want to give a shout out, or is there anybody you want to give a shout out to, or thanks to, or any other details?
Well, I got to give it to the wife, first of all, for letting me do this and just kind of giving me the time to be able to do this. A lot of practice time, a lot of class time with VRS, and I'm also doing the Suelio courses. So I'm working my way
Awesome.
through them. So, a lot of computer time, a lot of sitting in the rig and just kind of doing, learning. And then, of course, Team America for letting me be their road driver. That's awesome. And of course, you guys for doing the booth, and Carl and David and John for all the admins for Core for putting on these races. The job you guys have to do, all of you, it can't be easy.
Nah,
It's probably for me and Jack. It's probably a little easier than you think, but I can't speak for Carl and Dave and all those guys, especially because of the fact that they gotta be the bad guys. They gotta throw all the points and incidents at you guys. So
Yeah, we just
maybe
get to
it's a
sit
little
around
bit.
and watch some racing.
Yeah, we just get to sit around and watch races and laugh, pretty much. So
Yep.
Yeah, but I know you want to be out there with us.
Oh, 100%.
Oh, we do. Yeah, we're not gonna even try to cover that up.
Yep.
Right,
So.
exactly. So,
But
Cool.
yeah, how's
All
it
right,
feel
well-
being your the bronze division winner though?
Yeah.
I mean, it feels good. I don't really. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I don't feel like I really earned it. Bill couldn't come the last couple of weeks. Aaron did beat me this race, so it's one of those that kind of won by default.
Yep, I gotcha. But yeah, I mean, you showed up all the races that you needed to, and you got all the points that you needed to, and you got it where it mattered. So, hey, I'd say you got it.
Yep.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I worked for it. I just it would have been more fun if if Bill was able to make the last couple of races.
No, yeah, of course, I get what you're talking about. But,
Cool.
So,
All right, James. Well, it was a pleasure watching you race, and we'll see you next season.
Thank you, and you too. Have a great night.
Yeah, you too, man.
Yep, you too. All right. So it looks like we got Michael Schwartz in here now, a rookie.
Awesome. Yeah, let's get him
Rookie
in here.
driver, if you want bring him in. Michael, how you doing? It's Alan and Jack in the booth.
Hey, how you boys doing?
Hey, congratulations on winning the rookie division race tonight. Also being the only rookie driver in the race, and also the only one in the Ferrari. How was your night?
That was a poor choice. So I was just trying to be different, like Ricky and Betts and Nate. Like we generally are gonna drive the Porsche, and I've just been driving it so much, and it's the car to go to in the rain, yada yada. And I'm like, dare to be different. And I drove around with my cheeks clenched because I was getting like snap oversteer when I was in practice, and so I had little to no confidence. So I was cruising at like 95%, just trying to be competitive, but trying to keep it in one piece. And yeah, I managed to do that, but I'm a little bummed at my pace. I was off pace, and I don't want to blame it on the car, but yeah, I was scared. Straight up, I was scared of that thing.
Well, I mean, you did a good job. We also saw you had a couple battles going on
Yeah.
there.
Um,
How was that?
Betts is fast in the rain, like when we drive together. Yeah, he's just fast in the rain. So when it was dry, he caught me, and then I found some pace. Like I started just pushing the car. I'm like, well, I just got to lean into the car. Like the car can do it, otherwise it wouldn't be in the field. Right? It's a GT3 car, so I started kind of leaning into it, and then me and him like just had a good tow, and we're just clicking off laps, and obviously I'm trying to stay out of the way of like people's championship battles.
Yeah.
But yeah, we had a great thing going, and then the rain came, and then the gap showed. For one, he's just better in the rain, and two, he was in the Porsche, so I would just see him stand on the throttle, like exiting turns, and I couldn't do that. But anyway, yeah, so that battle was good, and then other than that, I did my victory donuts a lap too soon, and that hairpin I spun right in front of the boys, right in front of Mason and Nick Nickerson.
Oh no.
And it was one of those like, then I went to whip it around, and it whipped almost like too far. So literally, if you see it on stream, it probably looks like I'm doing victory donuts, except it's the white flag lap, and I'm in a hairpin and like turn 11. So, I mean, that was really kind of the only wild
That's
moment
funny.
I had. But in between now and next season, I got to put some work in the rain. I definitely. I do okay, like I keep it in one piece, but I really got to up the pace in the rain. I'm okay with my dry pace. Obviously, it can all be better, right? We're all chasing time, but
Yeah.
I got to work on it in the rain for next season, and kind of curious to see. I don't know where I'm gonna get slotted, and so that'll be fun to see like where I fall, and then see who I'm gonna get to compete with. So that'll be cool. Looking forward to next season already.
Absolutely.
Yeah, man. Yeah, just based off of where you've been finishing before, I'd say you're gonna be top silver, maybe bottom gold or mid gold. So, just kind of expect that, and yeah, we'll definitely be seeing more of you, I'm sure.
Yeah, it'll be cool. Like I said, yeah, I drive with Renner and Betts a lot, and me and Betts dice quite a bit. Like we were nearly identical in the Indy 6 hour. We drove together as a two-man team. So, yeah, it'll be fun to get a battle with him if I end up, whatever division he's in, because we kind of battle away from league. So it'll be fun to see how the points would shake out in between him and I over a season. It'd be pretty fun. So, well, yeah, we'll see. We'll see where we get put.
How's it feel having your teammate Ricky up there in the top?
I'm not surprised. I've known Ricky for a lot of years from the motorcycle days, and Ricky has been talented at anything that he touches that has an engine. So I'm not shocked that like we started this together in 2020. I went on like a hiatus, and I come back, and he's the one that he's responsible for getting me back into it. And I'm so glad he did. This has been super fun the second go around, and so I'm not shocked at all that when I come back, he's where he's at, like just winning left and right, and like he's anchoring in the Indy 6 hour so we can win. Like we won because of him on the split that we were in. So like
Yeah, I'm gonna ask him about
not
that.
surprised. Yeah, and like it was one of those moments, we probably all had it, where I actually terminated my stint earlier because of pace, and the track was getting damp, and so you just pass the baton to your anchor, and then you watch him run with it, and he wins. And so it was
You do
that was
know
pretty
what
cool.
division you guys were in, right?
No, honestly, I didn't pay
You ever
attention to the split.
you ever watch Jimmy Broadbent?
I watched his opening lap and died laughing. If you haven't seen his opening lap from that race,
Yeah.
I was dying laughing, and I didn't know that he was in our race until after.
Yep.
Yeah.
But it was phenomenally funny. So it was cool. Yeah, it's nice having Ricky. We go over data a lot, and he helps me. So like my pace has gotten better over the last month or so, and hopefully I can kind of keep pushing the pace and getting
Yep.
as close as I can. Me and Betts are kind of chasing each other up and inching that gap. But the more we inch towards Ricky, Ricky kind of finds another inch to step away too. So we're all trying to chase each other and elevate each other, and that's the fun part.
Awesome. Well, is there anybody you want to give a shout out to or thanks?
No, I guess just the boys. Renner and Nate Nickerson, Betts. We had Martin kind of checking some weather for us. So yeah, just all the guys that I race with for they're kind of responsible, like I said, for getting me back in and then getting me in core and yeah, I mean it's been awesome. So yeah, thanks to them.
All right. Awesome. Well, congratulations, and we'll look forward to seeing you next season.
Yes, sir. I appreciate it. Thanks for the time.
All
Of
right.
course.
All right. Are we ready for Nick Nickerson, your Gold Division winner?
Let's get Mason in here because Nick is our second place finisher as well.
Oh, that's
So,
right. Okay. Oh, Mason first.
Yeah, let's
All
get
right.
Mason in here.
Mason, how you doing? Welcome back to the booth.
I'm doing all right.
So, hey, how was it? How was your race? Walk us through it.
The Aston was good. I think it was just mistakes on my end, really. Um, like especially with the wet race and then the pit stop mishaps. Like, uh,
Yeah.
uh, it's mistakes you don't want to make, of course, in the in the last race of the season, and despite all practicing all week, and it happens. So yeah, I only have myself to blame on that one.
Yeah, tough breaks on that end, but how was it driving that Aston for the first race back, especially in the rain? Been curious to hear what your thoughts were on it.
So to give you my thoughts on how the Aston ran like this race, I thought in my opinion it drove really well. It's a little tight. Like like now that driving more, it drives similar to the Mustang. Like it has that tightness to it and the braking as well.
Mm-hmm.
And how it does in the wet, it's not bad. Like it's not like it's not anything good. I mean, or I would say it's decent, but
Not like the
still
Porsche.
it's not like the Porsche where it's just amazing in the wet.
Right.
It's still like you can still run it in the you can still run it in the wet, but like eh, you'll just get more. You can't get more out of it, you know. It's kind of asking a lot for the Aston. I'm not sure, but that's how I felt when I drove it in the wet. It's it's all right. It's not great.
I got you. I
So,
got
what,
you.
Mason? What's your favorite car, and what made you choose the Aston Martin tonight?
Well, the Aston being the new content on the block or the new GT3, I'm like, I have to try it. I don't care if it sucks in the wet. If it does, oh well.
Just wanted to challenge yourself, huh?
I really wanted to try it, and it felt really good. It felt really good, and I just, I've just been practicing that one singular car throughout the entire week because I I thought it would have a chance. I would have a chance like using it in the final race of the season. It almost worked out again, but yeah, like I said, the mistakes on me that I only have myself to blame on that.
Okay.
I
Well,
gotcha.
did you have fun at least the entire season battling it out with Ricky?
Oh my, yeah, yeah, for sure.
I mean, you guys had some crazy finishes.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, you could say that again. It's like one week it's 0.15 or 0.015 seconds at Daytona, and then make it closer, like
Yeah.
0.007
Yep.
tenths at Road Atlanta. Like, yeah,
Yeah.
I
s-
think we'll never ever see something like that again. Finishing close. If it does, uh, I'd love to happen for it again, but I don't think it will happen anytime soon, especially two races in a row. That's very, very rare.
Yeah.
Close finishes
Absolutely.
like that.
Yep.
We enjoyed every second of it. And I think it's definitely one of those like historical kind of things that's going to happen in this league. So I'm just going to say thank you for that because it was a pleasure to watch.
Yeah, it
Big
was
No
nice
time.
to be a
problem.
part of.
No
Yeah.
problem.
But
So are you excited for next season?
Well, I have to wait and see what it gives, or see it with my own two eyes. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Mostly probably driving the Aston throughout the season. You know, bit with it being a new
Awesome.
car and everything.
Yeah.
I like the Aston.
Okay. Awesome. Yeah, we can't wait to see what you can do with that thing. And
For
Jack,
sure.
you got anything else for him?
nah, man, it was a fantastic season, and it was a really big pleasure to watch you and Ricky battle it out.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, getting second place in the championship, but I'm sure you're going to be gunning for that top step next season and give Ricky a run for his money.
For sure, man.
It's gonna be fun to watch. I don't know if we'll be here in the booth next season or on track with you guys, but either way, it'll be fun to see what goes on. And yeah, good job tonight, and good luck next season.
Yep.
Oh, for sure. And I'll give I'll give my congrats to Ricky again. Congratulations to him on the champ.
Yeah, I think it's kind of been a long time coming. He's always kind of been there with you and Dom. Uh, you and Dom, I think, have been on the top for so long. And he's been kind of there in the back watching you guys forever. So
Yeah, I can imagine.
yeah.
Mm.
But yeah, thanks, Mason. We enjoyed watching for a season, and look forward to seeing what you can do with Austin next season.
For sure, man.
All right, have a good night.
Good night.
All right, this was Mason Smith, your Platinum P2 winner.
Yep, absolutely. And yeah, let's get Nick Nickerson in here. Your
All right,
second place and gold division winner.
Nick, how you doing? It's Alan and Jack.
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Hey, congratulations! Not only for the P2 overall, but the win for gold and the championship for gold. How do you feel about it?
Yeah, I'm a little surprised because I feel like I haven't made half the races this season, but I guess I did. We're looking
Yeah.
at it, but yeah, it's cool. I had a little bit of I've been struggling a little bit trying to understand these cars ever since they did the whole refresh on them and how to drive them.
Mhm.
And today I actually had a moment of realization while behind. I can't remember who it was, whoever's driving the green Acura. And I realized that I was driving these things too hard into the corners. And then,
Okay.
so once I got into clean air or whatever, I was like, I was able to practice that. I'm like, holy crap, I finally figured out what Mason and Rimmer are doing. So now I'm looking forward to next season, but a little
That's
too late.
awesome.
You're right. So I don't know. It was fun. I was I was hoping that the rain was going to come a little bit sooner, because that's where I thought I was going to make up the most time on everybody. And man, I just got the unlucky card where I didn't save as much fuel as Mason and them were. So I pit like a lap early every single stint. And then when we finally all switched to rain tires, I got my tires and I'm out there for 3 laps on tires that are making me like 8 seconds a lap slower, while Mason and them are all still on.
Yeah.
So I just got set behind so far just because I didn't save like they did, but live and learn.
Yeah,
And
me and Jack were watching you guys, and we were just like, man, the rain is like really screwing with these guys, because it started raining, but then I think it stopped, and the track wasn't quite as like wet as you guys probably thought it was going to be.
yeah, I mean, it was a half hour before they declared it wet when it started raining. Like it was just sprinkling
Yeah.
so light, and it's kind of hard to tell how much rain is coming down because it seems like it's just one particular graphic of raindrops. Like it
Yeah.
didn't look like it was super light, but we just knew it was super light because there was no water on the track after like a half hour. Like what the hell? But
Yep.
it is what it is. Live and learn. Just put it in the memory bank and see what we can do next time.
Yep. All right.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations. How do you feel about the season overall?
It was great, man. It's fun just to kind of leisurely drive these things. I don't really do the race the GT cars in any other capacity, so a little bit of a learning curve. Hopefully I figured it out now, but it's been fun, man. Like everybody in this league has been great. I haven't really had any issues with anybody. There's a lot of respect that's given and taking throughout. It's something you don't see a lot, and especially in league racing or even iRacing in general. So it's been a fantastic season. Look forward to the next one.
Awesome. Yeah, I love this. I love this league, to be honest. I think both me and Jack have joined a couple other leagues, and it's nothing like this league at all.
Yeah.
So and I mean, you guys make it so entertaining for us as well. It's funny because we see you, and it seems like we see you and Nick.
I know, right?
Or sorry, you and Nathan. I always get
Yep.
you guys wrong backwards. Sorry about that, because you guys have the same last name, but you guys are like always swapping.
I know.
It seems like every race. So it's really entertaining for us. We love watching that. So
Yeah. Next season's gonna be interesting because he's definitely got some speed, and yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see who can better who in the coming races.
yeah, definitely. All right, is there anybody you want to give a shout out to or thanks?
Man, just Carl and all the admins, everybody that does what they do to keep this league running, man. It's I think this is the longest running league that I've been a part of that's still running. So it's cool to see that some familiar faces still hanging out and whatnot, and obviously the new people. And man, I appreciate you guys doing the broadcast. Look forward to watching this on some downtime at work tomorrow.
Yeah, definitely. We love it. We enjoy it. It's entertaining for us. So
Yeah, man.
All right, thanks, Nick. Congratulations, and we'll see you next season.
Appreciate it. Take care, guys.
Yep.
All right.
You too.
All right, that was Nick Nickerson, your gold division driver and P2 tonight overall.
Yep.
Are we ready for the winner?
Let's get Ricky in here.
All right. Ricky, how you doing?
I'm doing fantastic. How you guys feeling? You
We're
excited
doing
now that the
great.
champ is here?
It's great.
Oh
yeah.
Congratulations, and welcome back to the booth.
Yeah, it's nice seeing Ricky Renner up on top for platinum. So congratulations there.
That's good. Good. Thank you, guys.
So how is your? I just want to ask you, like, how was the season overall in general for you?
Probably one of the more fun seasons I've ever had in an iRacing league. We had a lot of really close races that came down to nothing at the end, which was pretty exciting, and then also a championship that came down to kind of winner take all. So I can't really ask for much more, especially winning it. I'm sure Mason could ask for the result to be switched around, but other than that, he'd probably be pretty happy. Probably pretty good.
Yeah, I think he's really happy for you, honestly, especially because me and Jack haven't been here. Well, maybe Jack's been in this league for a little bit longer than I have. I think like probably another season over me or something like that.
It's like a season or two, yeah.
Yeah, but one thing I noticed is that it always seemed to be Dominic Ford and Mason Smith on top every single entire freaking season, and you
Yeah,
were
I
kind
mean,
of back there behind them.
well, my journey started in gonna be in bronze class my first season, and
Okay.
my 5th race was a rain race at Magello, and I got second, which gave me enough points to be in silver. And I'm not exactly sure, but I lost the silver championship by like one position. I got second, and and then the next season, I was winning silver, but mid-season I got moved to gold, and then so I ended up getting like third in that one because I was I was winning, but then obviously I got moved up, so then I wasn't winning that one. And then this season that I was all like pumped, and I'm like, all right, it looks good. We can win gold. I ended up in the platinum division. Anyways, I just skipped the championship run, so then I was just finishing third behind those guys or fourth. And then last season, obviously, we made a run up to the last round with Mason, and he ended up getting it. And this season, we were able to turn it around. But I just hope next season's going to be. It'd be nice if it keeps trending in the same direction, but probably just more close racing. So that'll be fun.
Yeah, absolutely. So I got a question for you, and it's funny because we were talking to your teammate Michael
Yeah.
down there. Did you guys know you were in GB Broadband's video?
Assumed we were. We seen him. We seen him at the beginning of the race when we were doing the outline. We're like, oh, Jimmy's in here.
Yeah.
And then at the beginning of that race, like it wasn't raining, but it was still wet, and we seen that he was going in the pits. So we went to watch. Like my teammate was like looking to see if he was switching the dries. And he's waiting. He's like, they're not going. And then we realized that like they had 9 minutes of damage, and like that's why they weren't going anywhere. So, but every time we would come up on him, we're like, all right, that's Jimmy in front of you. Be nice. Don't take him out. we don't want any bad blood.
Yeah, I mean that was I was watching that live, and I couldn't believe it when I saw your name up there on the top of the leaderboards.
Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah, so I mean I gotta congratulate you on that as well.
Yeah, we had a little mishap in that race, but unfortunately
Okay.
it cost us. Yeah, it cost us the win. I was in some traffic and I had to pit, so I decided to pit like 2 laps early. And the guy that was getting in the car, I didn't realize that he had got up to go to the bathroom to pee. And I pulled in, got out of the car, and I was just frustrated with how I was driving. And he never took off. And then I just hear him full panic. He's like, "Wait, why are you in the pits?" And we lost about 30 seconds waiting for him to get back. It didn't even know he was gone, and we lost by 28 seconds. So,
Oh no.
Okay.
that was a bummer, but it was still a great run, and he was good to us.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I mean, it's got to feel really good to be up there. Some of the fastest guys, like hands down. I wouldn't even say just in this league, but just overall in general.
Yeah.
It's got to feel, really, really good. You gave us kind of a boring race tonight with you coming out in front and then just continuously
I didn't try
building
to.
up the gap. Yeah. Building up the gap between Mason. What was going on through your head with that throughout the
Practice,
race?
like during the week, we really only drove like one session to get ready for it, and I was off pace. And then even in practice today, I finally got one good lap to be like P2, but like my average lap, it wasn't that good. And so I just decided, you know what, I'm just gonna fuel save. If I'm pushing, like I'm not getting the lap time, like I'm just as quick, just fuel saving like a lot. So I'm just gonna stick with that. So then I got right behind Nate, and I was happy just kind of sitting behind him and keeping the pack kind of close and backed up there. I was just letting him control the pace there, which was really good because it allowed me to go long. and it really paid off when the rain came. We were debating on just staying on dries. We could have stayed on dries for almost another stint, I think. But I got to see that everyone went to wets. So I knew if I
Yeah.
went to wets, I wasn't going to lose anything. And just being able to do that 1 or 2 extra laps on dries when it was still like it was almost 10 seconds faster a lap
It
to
was,
be on
yep.
the dries.
We saw that.
So
It was crazy.
I
Yep.
went from like a 1.5 second lead to like 17 seconds on that pit stop.
Yep.
Which was the real like nail in the coffin, because after that it was just going to keep slowly getting a little more wet, and as long as I could keep the car on track, like, then we should be good.
Yep, which is exactly what you did. I don't think you had one single issue, as far as I can
Yeah.
tell, the entire race.
I got
So
I mean, not upset, but I was watching when Nick made the pass on Mason, because I was really secretly cheering for Nathan, and I was hoping for a
Yeah.
battle there, and I was watching the relative, and I missed the turn, the braking zone, and went off track. I was like, oh man, that was only my 4th X for the race. That was a bummer. Those bonus points slowly slipped away.
Yeah,
Yeah. That's why we can't have
that's
nice
okay.
things.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
Expensive lawnmower for a little bit.
Yep, that's right.
All right. Well, Jack, you got anything else for our winner tonight?
Man, you could do better next season.
Yeah, we can. We got room for improvement.
No, it was a pleasure watching this season and watching you get going and obviously win. It's been really cool, the close battles that you've given us and given us something to talk about up here in the booth. So thanks for making our debut in the booth a fun one and a memorable one. And yeah, whether it's up here again next season or back on track, looking forward to see what you can do next season.
Yeah, Thank you guys.
Yeah,
Yep. Is there anybody you want to give a shout out to or thanks?
Yeah, first off, shout out to Mason on an awesome season. Unfortunately, there can't be 2 winners, but he had a great season, so that was fun racing with him. And then shout out to the whole Next Gen SimRaces.com crew. We put in a decent amount of practice and push each other and help each other try to get better, and even giving like Betts and Martin like some tips just makes me also think about that stuff, so it helps me improve. And Nathan's been pushing me every time, like he's getting a lot quicker, so it's always someone to help push you. And then congrats to Betts on the championship. That was awesome. He has 1 championship now to his name and still 0 official race wins during officials. Never won an official, but he's won a championship. So
That's awesome.
that's an accomplishment in its
They
own.
don't count. Those things are train wrecks, so.
Yeah. And then also a shout out to our buddy Eric Martin. He hasn't been racing in here, but he joined tonight during the race and was actually spotting for us, watching the weather. So big shout out to him, because that took a lot of pressure off us. But shout out to the whole core crew for an awesome season. You guys doing the broadcast, and let's take a little bit of a break and gear up for next season.
Absolutely. Congratulations, Ricky. Pizza's on me. Good job, man.
All right. I'll DM you for the info.
Yep. You have a great night, and we can't wait to look forward to you next season.
All right, guys, have a good one. Let's go celebrate.
All right, you too. Yep.
Sounds
Good
good.
night.
Have a good night, man.
All right. That was your overall winner for the core league in GT3, Ricky Renner, number 53. Congratulations.
Yep, absolutely. He did a fantastic job tonight. I mean, everyone did. It was
Yep.
pretty crazy race. It's not easy doing a 2-hour race, especially with rain getting thrown in there at the end. So yeah, everyone did a fantastic job, and congratulations to each and every one of them.
Yep. Yeah. I want to give a thanks to Carl and Dave and really all the admins for putting this together. The season's been awesome. Definitely chasedecals.com. We really appreciate you sponsoring. yeah, it's been an amazing season. I think a lot of the drivers made the, this is me and Jack's first season with broadcasting, and I think everybody made it really easy on us, and we thank you guys for the constructive criticism, and we're going to continue to improve the broadcast, and yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, like you said, thank you for Carl, Jimmy, David,
Yep.
all those guys, letting us do this, and it's been an experience. I never thought I'd broadcast for a racing league and do a full season, but yeah, it's been fun. Appreciate all you guys watching, rewatching, and all that
Yep.
stuff for letting us do this, and we'll see if we're back next season or if it'll be Carl, but either way, I want to say thanks for the opportunity.
Yeah, we'll see you guys. We'll see you guys next season. I believe we have a 3-week break.
Yep.
Is that correct? Yep. About a
think so.
3-week break, and then we'll be back into the GT3 season. And yeah, hopefully we'll see all you guys there. Thanks for your participation in the chat. And yeah, can't wait.
Absolutely appreciate it. And have a good night.